Did Clemson have any turnovers today? Or do I finally get to turn their helmet the right way? They turned the ball over again. Garbage. Alabama fans back to blaming the referees again? Okay. Blame the refs. Blame the refs. It's the Alabama way. Look on the bright side. At least you didn't have one player injured and lose the game. Blame the refs. Blame the refs. Blame the refs.
No, lady, how about you shut the up? I'm doing YouTube, bitch!
Yep, good morning. It is Uncle Lou here. You figured it out, somehow. Welcome to the shit show. Welcome to the shit show. All right. Florida State versus Miami. Utah versus Washington. Tennessee versus Missouri. And I do have some bets on these games today. Do you want to know what my bets are so you can troll me if I lose? Let me know. And I'll let you know. How's everybody doing? Welcome to the stream. Please hit the thumbs up. The 3:30 games are getting ready to kick off. Nothing too exciting during the noon games, huh? Kind of a boring slate of noon games. I fell asleep 63 times watching the Penn State Michigan Cheaters game. But I'm pretty sure Michigan won, so that's good. Yeah, that's good. Are you streaming USC versus Oregon? No, that's not till 10:30. So, no. I'm streaming now on YouTube and 7 o'clock on Patreon. So, this stream right here is going to end at 7 o'clock, and we're going to move over to Patreon for the primetime games. The games I bet on, I've got Florida State minus 14.5. Florida State minus 14.5. Oklahoma State minus like 2.5 or something. Hold on, let me just read them off. I done forgot. What do I have? Here's my bets. I've got Florida State minus 14.5, Oklahoma State minus 2, Tennessee minus 2.5. Those are the 3 bets I have on the afternoon games. Let's see if we can lose some money. Dennis Kohler, thank you for the super chat. And Rendall Sanchez, thank you for the super chat. Keon Coleman and Johnny Wilson and 3 other wide receivers are all back. They were all out versus Pitt last week. They are all back. FSU will cover. Yep, 5 wide receivers out last week against Pitt, huh? Amazing. Amazing. I wonder if anybody else it's November 10th or whatever it is. I wonder if there's anybody else in the country that has injured players or if it's just Florida State. Don't know. Booster says Bama will lose to Auburn. I'm going to say no on that. Would be hilarious. What is this? Damn, B-2 bomber for the Tennessee-Missouri game? Well, hell, that might be the most exciting thing that happens in that one. Lou, we had a tight end playing in the slot. No, man, look. These Florida State fans are beyond ridiculous. How many players were injured when you beat Boston College by 2? Okay, that was like week 3 or 4. How were 5 wide receivers injured when you beat Boston College by 2? Because they got blown out at home today by Virginia Tech. You just didn't play good against Pitt. Stop with the fucking injuries, man. You just didn't play good. Jesus Christ, you people are brain dead. I swear. God almighty. I can't figure y'all out. Y'all are, well, I have already figured y'all out. Y'all are last year's Tennessee fans. That's what y'all are. The Florida State fans this year are what the Tennessee fans were last year. The only difference is Florida State hasn't lost a game yet. This is about the time of year, though, where Tennessee lost their first game last year, too. So, who knows? Who knows? Yeah, what was the rigged wheel? Did somebody win already? Rutgers, Iowa, over 27 Jackpot picks some weird games. Jackpot is on the rigged wheel today. He has Rutgers versus... Look at White Tonto out here on his show pony throwing a flaming toothpick into the ground. That's a white guy, by the way. That's a white frat boy at Florida State dressed up like an engine on that fucking horse. What are these 2 people doing? Look at these 2 with the glitter suits on. Wow. Wow. Miami's kicking off to start the game. Florida State will receive. Utah has the ball first in the Washington game. 1st and 10 for them. First play of the game is a handoff for about 4 yards. Tennessee and Missouri have not started yet. Those are the 3 games I've got on. You guys know the deal. If some of these games turn into blowouts or they're not interesting or something crazy is going on in another game, we'll switch it around. But that's how I'm starting for now. Florida State, Miami, Utah, Washington, Tennessee, Missouri. Florida State receives in the end zone. They're going to take it out 10, 15, 20. Hit and dropped right there at the 20. 1st and 10, Knowles, first possession of the game. Utah back to throw. Incomplete. 3rd and 6 coming up for the Utes. Home Slice, thank you for the super chat, buddy. He says, Florida State and Bama fans can't explain how Bama beat Kentucky 49-21 without Burton. Yeah, I'd love to hear the explanation on that from Florida State fans and Alabama fans. Winning on Veterans Day for Connor Stallions. Yeah, you got to support the vets, don't you? You got to support the vets. 1st and 10 for Florida State on the 21. First offensive play of the game here. Man in motion. Jordan Travis back to throw. Gets rid of it. Caught on a wheel route. Lots of room. Gains about 20. Up close to the 40-yard line. Nobody picked him up on that one. Florida State with a nice play on 1st down. Must be one of those 5 wide receivers they didn't have last week. Yep, even though it's a running back. I'm guessing they didn't have that running back last week either. I think my comment section suited up and played for Florida State last week. Handoff. No gain on the play. 2nd and 10 coming up for the Noles. Utah had to punt it away, so Washington's going to have the ball now. It'll be their first possession. Tennessee and Missouri just getting ready to kick off. That game's at Missouri. Tennessee's a small favorite in that one. Both teams at 7-2, I believe. 2nd and 9 for the Noles. 3 wide to the top, 1 at the bottom. Travis throws deep down the sideline. Has a man. Incomplete. That must be wide receiver 6, not one of those 5 wide receivers that was out last week. Because if it was one of those 5 wide receivers, I'm sure that would have been a completion. Austin Woke says, all I want for Christmas is a winning season. Go Gators. Well, you're going to have to wait several more Christmases on that, unfortunately. It's not happening for Florida this year or next year. So you've already got 2 losing seasons in a row. This will be your 3rd losing season in a row. Next year will be your 4th losing season. But Christmas 2025 is picking up steam. Jordan Travis running for his life, gets rid of it, pass complete, but short of the first down. It was 3rd and 9. They're going to be about 3 yards short. 4th down coming up now for the Noles. Tennessee will kick off to start things off in Columbia, Missouri. And the kick's going to go into the end zone for a touchback. Michigan man says, Michigan beats Penn State worse than the #1 team in the nation did and without their head coach. Well, yeah, but Michigan cheats, man. So no one is surprised. Winning on Veterans Day for Connor Stallions. Yep. Okay, I think we're all caught up there. All right, Florida State punts it away on 4th and 2. The ball is going to hit and go not into the end zone. It's going to be downed on about the 2-yard line. Good punt by Florida State. It's going to pin Miami back deep here for their first possession. Missouri out on offense now. First offensive play of the game. Let's see. Brady cooking a shotgun. Running back standing. Nope, now the running back goes in motion. Cook back to throw. Scrambling out to his right. Throws deep downfield. Caught to a wide open receiver. And he steps out of bounds around the 30 of Tennessee. He must have got lost in coverage somewhere downfield. And Mizzou hits a huge play on first down here. Gain of about 50 for Mizzou. And there's the Tennessee defense we all know and love. Just a secondary that's absolutely mushed fucking garbage. 1st and 10 for Miami. Van Dyke in the end zone going deep. And he overthrows his man. Incomplete. I almost called him Trevor Van Dyke. Tyler Van Dyke. This guy just hates Florida State. I've seen the tape, says Super Denny Gumper. Denny, you had the best phone call in the history of LouTube the other day, buddy. Wasn't that you? I think it was, if I remember right, it was you. Grade A, buddy. Grade fucking A. You and Octavian are both getting some kind of 5-star caller shirts as soon as the season is over. You and Octavian both. Remind me when the season ends, both of y'all. 2nd and 10 now for Miami. Van Dyke in his own end zone. Shotgun snap. Hands it off this time right up to gut. He's going to pick up about 3 yards out to the 5, maybe the 6-yard line. That's it. 3rd and long coming up for the Canes now. Bama will get stomped by UGA, says Booster. AirTex Pro says, will you please put me in timeout? Yes, I will. Thank you. Thank you for asking. This just in, Michigan about to be caught with radio allowing Harbaugh to call plays. No one would be surprised, but I don't think that's the case. But it wouldn't surprise anybody. All Michigan does is cheat. 3rd and 6 for Miami on their own 6-yard line. Van Dyke back to throw. Over the middle. Off the hands of an open receiver. I think that was Restrepo. I like that Restrepo for Miami. He's a little bitty thing, but he's fun to watch. That one hit off his hands. Probably should have caught it. Probably should have caught it. I mean, he dove, but probably got to make that catch if you want to knock off a Florida State in this spot. Instead, Miami will be punting from their own end zone in that. In 2. In addition to that as well. Colorado up a touchdown over Arizona, 24-17. Was it halftime of that one yet? Yeah, halftime on that there and that and this and that. 4th and 6, Miami kicks it away. Fair catch called by Florida State on their own 44. Each team had the ball once. Each team has punted once. Michigan man, what's up, buddy? He says, just in, Michigan allegedly used advanced scouting to determine what kind of tampons Ohio State players use and were planning to soak them in hot sauce on the day they play.
Damn.
Yeah, that hurt her. That's like when a guy hears about somebody getting kicked in the balls. You can feel it. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel that.
Yeah, she can feel that over there when you said that. Hot sauce, you say? Well, damn. Will overthrow Joe overthrow, says Jonathan Miller. I'm assuming that's a rhetorical question, Jonathan, because you seem like a pretty smart individual. So I think you already know the answer to that question. What's up, Chance? He says, football fans are tired of Michigan man defending Michigan cheating, just like parking enforcement is tired of Shador double parking his Rolls Royce. I heard about that, all the parking tickets that they're racking up. Parking is crazy on college campuses, so I'm not going to throw any shade at Shador for getting parking tickets. If you've ever spent any time at all on any college campus anywhere, parking is always a nightmare. Anthony, thank you for the super chat. He says, hey, Lou, love to work as always. Have you heard from Did You Redo, a.k.a. Oh, Did You Redo? Oh, no, whatever happened to him? I forgot about that guy.
He was a Florida fan, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was a Florida fan, and then as soon as the season started, he stopped calling. That's weird.
That is weird.
Yeah, that's real weird.
Wow.
Yeah. Guy had a lot to say all summer long. As soon as the season starts, his boomerang came unplugged. Guy was such a big fan, he would stay up till whatever. If I do the call-in show at 10 at night here, what time is it in Australia? 10 in the morning? I mean, they got to be like 12 hours ahead, right? So he was staying up all night to call into the show in the off season, but then as soon as the season started, he disappeared. That's weird. Yeah, I forgot it. Y'all remember Didgeridoo? What happened to him? I missed Didgeridoo. I actually liked Didgeridoo.
I like Didgeridoo too.
Yeah, I liked him. I don't know what happened to him. Hey, Lou, it pains me to say this, but which defense is worse, LSU or USC? USC. Yeah, USC's is worse. I mean, it is a funny joke right now, people calling LSU. Well, it's weird. It's a compliment and a joke at the same time when people call you the Southern Cal of the SEC, because it means you have a really, really good offense with a Heisman caliber QB, but no defense at all. And that does kind of describe LSU. But honestly, I still think LSU's got a better defense than Southern Cal. Will we beat Duke today? Go Tar Heels. I do think you will beat Duke today. Duke reminds me, honestly, a lot of Utah. Very well coached team. They get the most out of the talent they have. Pretty good defense. Very disciplined. But they just don't have the offense to compete with most top 25 teams or any team close to top 25 level. Jake says, watching from South Africa. Go Dogs. Wow. Good to see you in here, man. Thank you for the super chat. Thank you for the 14 Zerarians, or what, I don't know what that's called, ZAR. What does that mean for South African money? What's that mean?
I don't know.
Zerarians. Thank you, Jake. Good to see you in here, buddy. What time is it there? What time is it there?
I have no idea.
South Africa is not as far down as Australia, is it?
I don't think so.
Okay. So, like in South Africa, they don't have to turn their faucets upside down like they do in Australia. You know, water comes up.
Stop.
Wait, I'm serious. In Australia, faucets are upside down, the water comes up. I don't think that's true. Uh-oh, big play for Florida State. That's one of the running backs they didn't have last week. Oh, never mind. They did have him last week. My bad. Is that one of y'all's wide receivers y'all didn't have? That running back number 3? That must be one of the wide receivers y'all didn't have. Why doesn't Lance from Florida call in or chat anymore? He's either dead or in prison. I'm not sure which. Uh-oh. It looks like he stepped out of bounds. Yeah, Florida State man stepped out of bounds, so this touchdown's coming back. Yeah, it's going to be back around the 35 or so. That'll come back to about the 35. Now, if that would have been one of Florida State's injured wide receivers from last week, he wouldn't have stepped out of bounds. He would have scored. You know why Florida State didn't score there? Because they had 5 injured wide receivers last week.
Someone said it's 10:50 p.m. in South Africa right now.
Oh, they're not as far ahead as I thought then. I mean, what's that, 7 hours basically? Yeah. That's about the same as Germany. Like, I've been to Germany, and I think it's 7 hours ahead. It's either 6 or 7, something like that, hours ahead. Jordan Travis back to throw. Incomplete off the hands of one of the Florida State wide receivers that's not injured. But that must be like the 12th string wide receiver, because any of their first 5 wide receivers would have caught that. Right, Florida State man? Nathan, what's up, buddy? Good to see you in here. He says, Bammer here. Supposedly there is some Heisman chatter starting about mildew. No, he's not getting anywhere near the Heisman. He doesn't have anywhere close to Heisman numbers. Which is the bigger crime, mildew in New York City or Michigan in the playoffs? Well, Michigan in the playoffs, that just shouldn't happen because they cheated. You never know what Heisman voters are going to do, but mildew doesn't have numbers anywhere close to Heisman level. Nowhere close. Dun, 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 dun. Let's see. He had 230 yards passing. He had 270 total yards. So will 75 other quarterbacks today. I mean, Mildew had 270 yards today. Amazing. First and 10 for Florida State. They are on the Miami 21.5. Handoff this time. Nowhere to go. Gets back to the line of scrimmage, and that's about it. Still no score. Tennessee and Missouri. Utah and Washington on over here. Still no score there. 10 minutes to go in the first quarter. Washington's got the ball. Penix in the pocket. Throws complete over the middle. Picks up about 20 yards. Nice play for Washington there. Jordan Travis in a shotgun on 2nd and 10. Back to throw this time. Under pressure. Sets up a screen. Miami blows it up. They throw a flag. Let's see what this flag is. Miami blew that screenplay up. Oh, no wonder they blew it up. They were offsides. Offsides on Miami. So a free 5 yards for Florida State there. Banjo, thank you for the super chat, buddy. He says, hey, quick question. Is Florida State still in the ACC? And did they successfully sue to get out of the grant of rights? Yeah. I Googled it right before this game came on, and they were still in the ACC. Yeah. Maybe them and Michigan can leave and form their own crybaby conference. Since Michigan hates the Big Ten and Florida State hates the ACC, maybe Michigan and Florida State can leave and form their own. They can call it the mediocre conference or whatever they want to call it. 2nd and 5 for Florida State. Complete over the middle for a first down. It's going to give them a 1st and goal from the 7. For the Noles, no score with 8.5 minutes to go in the first quarter. Missouri has the ball. Not much on that play. First and goal for Florida State on the 7-yard line. No score in any of these games so far. 3rd and 9 for Missouri on their own 15. First and goal for Florida State on the Miami 7. Travis, snap, handoff to Benson. Right up the middle, only picks up about a yard. Maybe 2. And it's going to be 2nd and goal coming up for FSU. Brady Cook steps up in the pocket. Now he wants to run, and he's going to pick up a first down. Dives forward to about the 28. 1st and 10, Mizzou. Being Supreme, what's up, buddy? He says Ryan Day and Dabo can be the commissioners of the Crybaby Conference. Yeah. 2nd and goal for Florida State. Pistol formation this time. Benson behind Jordan Travis. Snap. They hand it off to Benson. Touchdown, Florida State. Slung into the end zone by one of his offensive linemen. Florida State strikes first with a touchdown in the first quarter. Washington down in the red zone now on Utah. 7 minutes to go in the first quarter. No score in that one. And no score Tennessee, Mizzou. Mizzou does have the ball. 2nd and 9. On their own 28, 29-yard line. Michigan's interim head coach was crying like Caleb Williams after the game. I did see that. The extra point for Florida State is good. They're going to take a 7-0 lead over Miami.
Yes.
That's you.
Yeah, that is me. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
She bet on Florida State. She bet on Florida State minus 14.5. I bet Clemson stored the field after beating the Nerds. They did. I saw it with my own eyes on TV. Clemson rushed the field today after beating Georgia Tech. How pathetic is that? How pitiful is that? Woo UCF. What about them? They're winning or something? What are they playing? Oklahoma State? Oh shit, they're up 14-0. Yeah. That's not good. I bet Oklahoma State. I bet Oklahoma State today. Brady Cook back to throw, running for his life. Gets rid of it. Pass complete across the 30, but well short of a first down. It's going to be 3rd and long for Mizzou. Alabama is going to beat Georgia 40-24. Yeah, I bet you $1 million they don't beat Georgia 50-24. Or any amount of money you're able to lose. Alabama is going to beat Georgia 50-24. Wow. Imagine the idiocy in that. Yeah. Hey, Lou, how's it going? Glad SC got the W today. On to Kentucky next week. Yeah, South Carolina beat Vandy at home today. Home game for South Carolina. Washington with a touchdown with 6 minutes to go in the first quarter, so they strike first in that one. They're going to go up 6-0 over Utah. Michael Penix with a quarterback sweep around left tackle. Pretty much walked into the end zone. They're up 6-0. An extra point will make it 7. And Tennessee has a player down in the Tennessee-Missouri game right at midfield, laying on his back. Trainers are on the way out to look at him. Let's hope he's okay. Colorado's still up 24-17 over Arizona. Kansas State all over Baylor. And, yeah, UCF up big over Oklahoma State. Early in that one. Lou, question is, offensive line play down this year. Lots of QBs running for their lives this year. I don't know about offensive line play being down. Not too sure about that. I know quarterback play is down in the SEC. But I don't know about offensive line. I haven't noticed that. All the haters that said Alabama's not making the SEC champion dummies. Is that? All the haters that said Alabama is not making the SEC champion dummies.
We speak English.
No matter how many times I read that, it's going to get dumber every time, man. Let me try one more time. All the haters that said Alabama is not making the SEC champion dummies. 5-star dummy. Six minutes to go in the first quarter. Tennessee and Missouri. No score. Missouri does have the ball. Miami now with the ball back after that Florida State touchdown. 1st and 10 on their own 25. Van Dyke's going to hand this one off right up the gut, but they blow the whistle dead. And I think they're going to get Miami for a false start there. 2nd and 8 for Missouri on their own 45. Pass complete in the flat for 4, maybe 5 yards. 3rd down coming up now for Mizzou. 3rd and short. Bama is going to dog walk Georgia. Yeah. Everybody Georgia plays is going to beat them for 26 weeks straight. I've heard that. 26 games in a row, Georgia's losing, according to the comments section. 1st and 15 for Miami after that false start penalty on their own 20. Same play, a handoff. Gets to the outside this time and has some room. Up to the 28-yard line, so picks up 7 or 8 yards there. 2nd and about 7 coming up now for Miami. Utah is going to have the ball after a Washington touchdown, 1st and 10 on their own 25. The Pig Farmer at quarterback here for Utah. Shout out Pig Farmer. Missouri picked up that 1st down. They've now got the ball on the Tennessee 43-yard line. Brady Cook in the pocket, throws complete across or inside the 40, down to the 36-yard line of Tennessee. So Missouri on the move early in the first quarter, 5 minutes to go in the first quarter. 2nd and 7 now for Miami. They're going to hand it off again. Finds another hole. This time for about 4, maybe 5 yards. 3rd and short coming up now for Miami. Tennessee's secondary is horrible. Yeah, they are. Another Tennessee player down on the field, too. Now he's up and off to the sideline. 2nd and 3 coming up for Mizzou. 5:02 to go in the first quarter. No score, Tennessee and Missouri. Florida State up 7-0 over Miami. 6 minutes to go in the first quarter of this one. Miami looking at a 3rd down and 3 from their own 32-yard line. Let's see if the Canes can keep this drive alive. 4 wide. Van Dyke in a shotgun with a running back standing next to him. Snap. Back to throw. Gets rid of it. Pass complete on a slant. Breaks 2 tackles across midfield. 40, 35, inside the 30, down inside the 25 to the 24-yard line. Huge play by Miami. Just one of those quick slant routes that you see teams run all the time. And the first tackler slid right off of him. The second tackler was really just piss poor fucking effort. Right here, this number 3 ought to have his scholarship revoked. Either that or he should transfer to Southern Cal. And then the guy, he was just off to the races after that, all the way down inside the 25. So Miami in business here. 1st and 10 in the red zone. They're down 7-0 with 5.5 minutes to go in the first quarter. 1st and 10 on the 25. Van Dyke in a shotgun again. Back to throw. Gets rid of it. Pass incomplete over the middle. 2nd and 10 coming up for the Canes. 1st and 10 for Missouri now on the Tennessee 31-yard line. Brady Cook back to throw. Good protection. Gets rid of it out in the flat. Has room. Inside the 20, down to the 18-yard line. 1st and 10, Mizzou in the red zone now. No score, Tennessee, Missouri, but Missouri threatening. Florida State up 7-0, but Miami has the ball in the red zone. Utah down 7-0 to Washington. They also have the ball in the red zone. Pass complete, out of bounds at the 1 or 2 yard line for Utah. 2nd and goal coming up. 2nd and 10 for Miami. A handoff this time. Not much room. Might have got back to the line of scrimmage. That's about it. 3rd and 10 coming up for the Canes on the Florida State 25. All these clowns can't give Bama credit. Lord, I hate living in the ATL during F-ball season. Well, no one's making you stay there. Also, where you live has nothing to do with the comments you see on the internet. So, you could move to Timbuktu, you're still going to see these same comments in the comments section here. Just so you know. 3rd and 8 for Miami. Van Dyke, under pressure, sacked. Florida State sent a blitz. Miami did not pick it up. Man came unblocked right up the middle. Van Dyke goes down. Bad sack, too, because this is going to make it a long field goal attempt now. Loss of about 10 on the play. Just nobody picked him up at all. Confused the Miami offensive line, and Van Dyke goes down. 4th and 18. Long field goal coming up now for the Canes. The good news is they're in the middle of the field. Here we go. 51-yarder. Snap, hold, kick, wide left. Sound familiar? No good. Field goal, no good. Blame that on the sack. You blame that on the sack there. It turned a 34-yard field goal basically into about a 51-yard field goal. Chad Ousley, thank you for the super chat, buddy. He says, "Hey Lou, Ohio boy here. Love the show. What's up with all the Michigan players tweeting bet? Are they somehow victims now? Do they not see their coaching staff disguised on other team's sideline?" Yeah, they're taking on the whole victim mentality, that kind of thing. I don't know where bet originated. First it started last night. They thought Harbaugh's suspension was going to get overturned, and they started tweeting out bet for that. Now, they lost that bet because Harbaugh was not on the sideline today. So they lost that bet. So I guess their next bet was that they were going to win the game, but I don't know. That's the thing that Michigan fans seem to not, well, there's a lot Michigan fans seem to not understand. Most people know Michigan's a pretty good team. That's not the issue. The issue is that they've been cheating for 2.5 years, and they got caught red-handed cheating this season in real time. That's the issue. Lou Van Dyke isn't starting. Well, who the hell is that then? Hey, Lou, Ohio. Oh, we read that one already. Who is that from Miami? Why ain't Van Dyke playing? Can't wait till your season is over tomorrow. Love that show. Thank you, Marty. Yeah, that's my favorite. That's my favorite video to make every week during the season. I love that your season is over video. Williams is playing. Okay. This is my last time putting hard-earned money on Oklahoma State. Yeah, I bet on Oklahoma State today too. 14-0, or they're down 14-0 in the first quarter. We'll see if they can come back. They're only a small favorite. That's the good news. So it's not like they got to blow UCF out. They're only a 2-point favorite. So I just need them to win by a field goal or something like that. So I'm not giving up hope yet that Oklahoma State can pull it out. I'm not giving up hope yet. Missouri's still with the ball down in the red zone. What do they got going on here? Pass complete over the middle inside the 10 down to the 7 or 8 yard line. 3rd and goal coming up for Missouri on the 7 yard line. Missouri's had the ball for 13 minutes. Tennessee's had the ball for 2 minutes in this game. Poverty. Like, absolute poverty, too. Ollie Gordon got hurt? Well, yeah, it probably is over then. He's their best player. Shit. Yeah, he's their best player. Lou, there's no way Michigan could beat most teams in the top 10, right? They barely beat Penn State today, and Penn State has no... Penn State is in the top 10. You're talking about there's no way they could beat teams in the top... Penn State was in the top 10. Yes, Michigan could beat a lot of teams in the top 10. You don't think Michigan could beat Ole Miss, Texas, Florida State? Michigan could beat a lot of teams in the top 10. You don't think Michigan could beat Ohio State? You talking about they don't have no offense. Have you watched Ohio State play? Penn State's got a good defense. I mean, Michigan's a good team. I mean, you can't sit around all season going, they ain't played nobody, and then when they beat Penn State, go, they ain't played nobody. That's just, you can't do that. You make yourself look like an idiot. You can't sit around for the first 9 weeks of the season going, Michigan ain't no good because they ain't played nobody. Then they beat Penn State and you go, Michigan ain't no good, they ain't played nobody. I mean, come on. What you need to see them beat the 85 Bears? I mean, Michigan's a good team. Michigan's a good team, and they cheated. I mean, both things can be true. Both things can be true. Tennessee cheated and was a terrible team. So, you know, what are you going to do? 1st and 10 for Florida State following that missed field goal by Miami. Handoff. Big hit. Gain of about 2. 2nd and 8 coming up for Florida State. All tied up 7 apiece now, Utah and Washington. Will Washington be the 2nd top 10 team to go down today? We already had one go down, Penn State. Will Washington be the 2nd top 10 team to go down today? Will Florida State be the 2nd top 10 team to go down today? I don't know.
When's the last time you stirred the chili?
That was a long time ago when I turned it off. 2nd and 8 for Florida State. They're on their own 35. Pistol formation. Jordan Travis in a shotgun. Snaps. Hands it off right up the gut. Breaks a tackle. Breaks another tackle. Hard run there. Fights forward for 7 or 8 yards. It's going to be 3rd and short now for Florida State. All right, Ace Dog. Good to see you in here, buddy. Mr. Matt Dog. What's up, sir? Thank you for the super chat. He says, good afternoon, Lou. Always enjoy your streams. Let's sit back and enjoy an awesome day of college football. Yeah, let's do that. Great games on now. Great games on tonight. It's any day with college football is a great day. Let's be real. We only get 14 or 15 college football days a year. So we got to enjoy them, right? We got to enjoy them. Michael Penix, screen pass complete. Inside the 40, down to about the 38. 2nd down coming up for Washington on the Utah 38-yard line. All tied 7 apiece in that one. No score still, Tennessee, Missouri. And Florida State up 7-0 over Miami. Arizona has now tied it up with Colorado at 24 apiece. For those of you who have an interest in watching Colorado lose, unfortunately, that game's on the Pac-12 network, so only 11 people are watching it. How many points will Brock Bowers score today? All of them. All of them. That's all we have. All Georgia has is Brock Bowers. Always a great Saturday with LouTube. Always a great Saturday with you, LV. And thank you, Matt Dog, for the super chats and LV. I appreciate that. 3rd and goal for Missouri. Brady Cook under pressure and goes down. Sacked at the 14. Going to be a field goal attempt coming up now for Missouri. On 3rd and 1, Florida State picks it up on the ground. They gain 2 or 3 yards there. 1st and 10, Knowles. Looked like Jordan Travis there with the carry. Is Bowers playing? You know how that goes with Georgia. They're not going to tell you anything. You won't know if Bowers is playing until you see the players either come out for warm-ups and he's dressed out or not, or Georgia takes the field on offense and he's on the field or not. They act like injuries are a government secret. Georgia does. My personal opinion, I don't think he will play. On the ground again, Florida State up close to midfield. Gain of about 4. It's senior night for Georgia. This is their last home game, and I know Brock Bowers isn't a senior, but y'all know how this works. If you're a junior and you're likely going pro, they allow you to walk out with the seniors on senior night. So I'm kind of hoping Brock Bowers will dress out and walk out. You know, we all know he's going pro. This is last year. So I'd like to see him dressed out and at least walk out with the seniors tonight so he can get like one last standing ovation from the home crowd there in Athens. But other than that, I really don't expect to see Brock Bowers play today. Pass complete by Jordan Travis on 2nd and 7 down close to the red zone. Great throw, too, by Jordan Travis. That's what you call threading the needle there. He threaded the needle.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, he threaded the needle there. Nice. On that. Went ahead and threaded the needle there.
I turned the chili back on low, and then I'm going to make the cornbread, so.
You going to make that cornbread?
I'm going to make that cornbread.
We're having chili and cornbread for dinner. The chili's been cooking all day. We're going to make the cornbread in a little bit. 1st and 10, Florida State. Play action pass. Wants to go deep. There it is. Over the head of the intended receiver, Keon Coleman. in the end zone, incomplete. 2nd and 10 coming up now for Florida State. 17 seconds to go in the first quarter. They're up 7-0 over Miami. Missouri kicked a field goal a few minutes ago when I wasn't paying attention. They have taken a 3-point lead over Tennessee. 3-0 is your score there. What's up, Travis? Hufferbilly Paw, Savage Dog, Jonathan Miller, Mrs. Pete. How many beans you've eaten today, Mrs. Pete? Do 3 bowls of them beans, didn't you? You should try cinnamon rolls with the chili. Yeah, I do like cinnamon rolls.
That sounds like some pregnancy.
Yeah, I've never thought about putting chili on a cinnamon roll, but... What's up, Orbit? Chris Thomas, Nittanyberg 20. What's up, buddy? Pork chops and mashed potatoes. That is probably my second favorite meal. That's probably my favorite meal is steak and baked potato, but pork chops and mashed potatoes is very high up on my list. How'd you do the pork chops? Did you grill them, fry them, bake them? What? I usually bake them. I like bone-in pork chops. Baked bone-in pork chops are my favorite. Bitches and beans, beans and bitches. Steak, yes. Loaded tater, house salad. There you go. That's a meal right there. That is a meal. Favorite type of steak? I like a ribeye. RO2 Philly. What's up, buddy? Brett. Bone in. Any meat adds flavor. Bone in is bone good. Yeah. Yeah. Jordan Travis on 2nd and 10. Scrambling. Now throws. Complete. Inside the 20 to the 19. Jaheim Bell, the transfer from South Carolina, pulls in to catch. Florida State in the red zone. Tennessee is pretending to score a touchdown, but now the wide receiver realizes it's all for nothing. He's turning around and running back the other direction. Because he obviously stepped out of bounds like 19 times. So why he kept running, I don't know. But 1st and 10, Tennessee just across the 50 on the ground this time. Trying to get to the outside. He does, but only picks up a couple of yards there. Flag comes in. Looks like maybe some kind of holding or a block in the back on Tennessee. Out on the edge, out on the perimeter. Let's see. Yeah, they're going to get Tennessee for holding. That's going to back them up. They trail Missouri 3-0. 13-30 to go in the second quarter of that one. Doing bring home fried chicken today. Was overboard last week. Pork chops cooked in a slow cooker with gravy over rice. Yeah, that's good too. That's good too. I like cooking the pork chops in the oven and then taking them out and putting them in a pot with collard greens and cooking the collard greens with the bone-in pork chops in with the collard greens. That's really good too. Man, don't get me started on the update on the Mustang. Don't even get me started. I'm in a good mood. I don't want to talk about the update on the Mustang. Ricky Bobby, thank you for the super chat. He says, my ding-a-ling car washes are up 14-3 at Wisconsin, and I'm not that excited. That's Big Ten West football for you. Good chance the winner will be 6-6. Sad. Yeah, you're talking about Northwestern and Wisconsin. Must see TV there. 3rd and 9 for the Hill Jacks of Tennessee. They've got the ball on the Missouri 46-yard line. Overthrow Joe in a shotgun with 3 wide receivers and a running back standing next to him. Snap, overthrow Joe in the pocket, looks, throws towards the sideline. Touchdown, I believe, or did it hit the ground? I'm not sure. The receiver is hurt. He's immediately calling for the trainer, Thornton Jr. It looked like a catch, though. Oh, yeah. I think that's going to be a catch. I mean, the injury is more important, but they're showing the replays of the catch now because it was close. I think he caught that, though. That looks like a catch to me. I'm not sure. Yeah, that's definitely a catch. And he immediately called for the trainer. Did he get his leg kind of caught up underneath him there? It's like maybe he got his leg caught up underneath him, so I don't know if like an ankle or a knee deal, maybe. Yeah, probably an ankle or a knee. He's got it kind of caught up underneath him there. But that looks like a catch to me, though. Instead of overthrowing it, he overthrow Joe underthrew that one. So the receiver had to make a slide and catch, and they're out looking at him in the end zone now. He is sitting up. Tapping him on the leg. I'm still not real sure. Is it his right leg? His right leg gets kind of caught up underneath him there for a second, and he kind of comes down on the back of his heel. Like an ankle injury, maybe? I don't watch the games with the volume on, so like the announcers are probably saying what the injury is, but I don't have the volume on, so I don't know what they're saying. But he's being helped off the field with a pretty significant limp. So it's definitely a leg injury of some kind, ankle, knee. I'm not sure which. I don't know if any of y'all are watching that game. You might know more about it than I do. But let's hope he's going to be okay. It was a hell of a catch. The fact that he got hurt, the fact that he hung onto the ball was a miracle. The fact that he got hurt and still hung onto the ball, great catch. Great catch by that guy. Missouri is sad. Look at all the garbage man orange in the stands. Dang. Tennessee extra point is good. They're going to take their first lead of the game. They're up 7-3 with 12:25 to go in the second quarter. That's more than Arian Smith's done all season, says Josh Hobbs. Yeah, Arian Smith had his chances early in the year, and he just had way too many drops. And he's been relegated to way down the depth chart now. Jordan Travis back to throw down the sideline, overthrown, incomplete, and out of bounds on 2nd and 8. That's going to make it 3rd and 8 coming up now for Florida State. They're up 7-0 over Miami. 14-17 to go in the second quarter. 3rd and 8 for the Noles. See what they do here. Keon Coleman split out wide. On the Miami 15, 3rd and 8. Jordan Travis in a shotgun with 3 wide receivers. One comes in motion to the bottom of the screen. Snap. Travis in the pocket. Throws. Same play. Incomplete again. Literally ran the same play twice in a row to Keon Coleman down in the corner of the end zone. Incomplete both times. 4th and 8 now for Florida State. They have to kick a field goal here. Enjoy your football day, Lou. How was the biscuit, bacon, and eggs? God, it was so good. I was sitting in there eating it and telling I was like, this is my favorite breakfast. Nothing else comes close. I like pancakes. I like French toast. I like waffles. I like a lot of different shit. But nothing beats just fresh biscuits, crispy bacon, and sunny side up eggs. It's just, you can't beat that for a breakfast. Field goal is good on 4th and 8. Florida State increases their lead. They're up 10-0 over Miami with 14:09 to go in the second quarter. You rock, Uncle Lou. Love your content. Go Noles, says Kaminoko. Thank you, Kaminoko. I'm probably saying that wrong, but I didn't name you. So I have like a grace period there of amounts of times I can say your name wrong. I'm just guessing. Kaminoko, not sure. But thank you for the super chat. And yeah, your Noles are up 10-0 early in this one. Big rivalry game. I miss when this game meant a little more, though. It's not Florida State's fault this year. They're in the top 5. But I grew up during a time in college football where this was the biggest game of the year, every year, almost every single year. And I do kind of miss those days. It seems like lately either both of the teams are bad or one of them's bad. It's been a long time since both these teams were really good at the same time. Florida State had that run about a decade ago under Jimbo Fisher where they were really good, but Miami was nowhere to be found. It's been about 20 years, really, since both these teams have been good at the same time. Kickoff goes out of the back of the end zone. Miami will have the ball 1st and 10. Washington now leads Utah 10-7. Utah does have the ball. Just under 13 minutes to go in the second quarter of that one. It's going to be 2nd down for Utah. Tennessee and Missouri is in a commercial break. Arizona and Colorado still tied up at 24 apiece. And UCF has increased their lead over Oklahoma State. 17-0 they're up in that one. Is this dumb shit where they're showing how far Joe Milton can throw the ball? Nobody gives a fuck. I thought we stopped talking about that in the offseason. Once the season started, we realized Joe Milton's not very good, and it doesn't matter if he can throw the ball 90 yards. Missouri with a 60-yard gain all the way down to the Tennessee 30-yard line. The Tennessee defense just doesn't even exist. Rutgers 0, Iowa 0. What a shock. You know what it is? That could be the first quarter, could be the fourth quarter. Who knows? Who knows? That could be the score at the end of the game. In that one. Are you making cornbread with the chili? Well, she's making it. Yes. So, yeah, we are having cornbread with the... D-Town! D-Town! What's up, buddy? What's up, buddy? Miami's hit with an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty. That's the one thing that hasn't changed about Miami in the last 35 years. A lot's changed about Miami in the last 30 years. That has not changed. You can always count on them for 2 or 3 unsportsmanlike conduct penalties a game. Doesn't matter who the coach is. Doesn't matter if they're a good team, bad team. Doesn't matter. 4 wide, 2nd and 21. Back to throw. Screen pass to the wide receiver, and he's got room. Wow. 1st down and then some. All the way across the 40 to the 41. Wow. So they put themselves in a hole with that penalty, and then they dig right out of it with a big screen pass to the wide receiver here. Nice blocks out on the perimeter. The lineman did a good job of getting out there. Big play for Miami that time. Yep. A tunnel screen for 25 yards. Yes, exactly. Oregon is overrated. Hot take. Don't have a top 15 win. What does that matter? I'm being serious. I'm being serious. What does it matter? Do you need to... I'm not even getting into it. I'm not even going to get into it. A team's schedule has nothing to do with how good they are. Nothing. 0. None. A team falls on somewhere on the good scale. Right? If this is the worst team ever and this is the best team ever, every team falls somewhere in here. No matter what their schedule is, that they're that amount of good or bad. This whole thing, they're not any good because they haven't played anybody, is ridiculous. There's no way you've watched 5 seconds of Oregon football and then came in here and typed Oregon overrated. There's no way. If anything, they're underrated because they took a loss. Oregon's one of the best 5 teams in the country. Period. They're not in the top 5 because they have a loss. But the same reason Alabama's not in there, by the way, because they can't win their games. Instead, they just cry and complain in the comments section about, how hard it was to lose to Texas. But there's no way you've watched 5 minutes of football and come in here and talk about how Oregon's not any good. It's just the most idiotic thing I've seen today. I mean, I hear this shit all the time. Georgia could beat the Philadelphia Eagles, and people would tell me, well, yeah, but you wouldn't beat them in Philly. Like, that's just how people, whoopity-doo. I'm not impressed. You beat them at home? You still ain't playing nobody. Try playing them there. Oregon no good. Who is good? Give me whoever said that about Oregon, type out a list of teams that's good, according to you. Since Oregon's not. Type out a list. Shouldn't take you long. Wrench gone. Wrenches get reset on the 1st of every month. So come to the Patreon stream and you'll get your wrench back. Patreon stream tonight at 7 o'clock. I hand out wrenches on the Patreon stream. I remember when UJ fans thought Kentucky was a good win, and we told y'all then they sucked. Well, you did, and you were right. But Georgia scored more points on them than you did, and you gave up more points to them than Georgia did. So still don't know what point you're trying to make. Remember when you told me 24-21 over Arkansas was a good win? What point are you trying to make? Is Ole Miss good? Because that's your best win, ain't it? Ole Miss is your best win. Are they good? Tell me now, before the Georgia game. Is Ole Miss good, yes or no? Tell me, Bama man. Is Ole Miss good, yes or no? Because that's your best win. So tell me, right now, are they good or no? Are they good or no? Tell me right now. I want the Bama man to tell me. And then don't change your answer tomorrow. Even though I know you are. You can't help yourself. Second and 9 for Miami. They're down 10-0. 12 and a half minutes to go in the second quarter. Back to throw. Good protection. Has all day in the pocket. And then the ball is batted down at the line of scrimmage. Incomplete. 3rd and long coming up now for the Canes. Ole Miss is good and we thrashed them. 24-10, wasn't it? So 14 points is a thrashing? Wow, okay. Third and 9 for Miami. Quarterback sacked again on 3rd and 9. Big loss. 4th down. They're going to have to kick it away. Quarterback held on to the ball way too long. Way too long. Lou, Miami plays UJ in basketball this year, and I saw them in your comment section saying how they're a basketball school now. I don't know anything about that. The only college basketball I watch is the tournaments at the end, March Madness. College, regular season college basketball is the most irrelevant regular season in all of sports, with the exception maybe of Major League Baseball. AirPods Pro says, will you please time me out? Yes, I will. What you doing, Monk? You want to come and say hi to the people? Come here. Damn, hi to them right there. You see him right there? What you trying to do right there? You see him right there? What you thinking about? What you thinking about? What you do now? Yep. If you haven't blown out the #1 ranked team on the road, you're overrated. Yeah. Yep. That's right. Unless you can beat the Kansas City Chiefs on the moon by 40, then you're not any good, according to the comment section. Florida State's got the ball back after a Miami punt. They're up 10-0. Pistol formation. Jordan Travis waiting on the snap. 3 wide receivers. Snap. Pass complete. Big gain. 15, 16, 17-yard gain. Just a little dump pass out in the flat, and no Miami players around to do anything, so guy just kept running. Utah up second quarter with wind at their back, 14-10. According to Bama Man, Texas must be the 85 Bears. Yeah. Yeah. Missouri up 10-7 over Tennessee with 10 minutes to go in the second quarter. Flag down. That's going to be holding. That's going to back them up. Replay first down. 2nd and 13 for Florida State, up 10-0 over Miami. They've got the ball in their own 27. Travis in a shotgun. Looks like Florida State's going to take a timeout here. 1st and 20 for Tennessee following that penalty. They're down 10-7 on the road at Mizzou with 10 minutes to go in the second quarter. Overthrow Joe in a shotgun. Back to throw. In and out of the hands of the receiver, incomplete. Probably should have caught that. Texas wouldn't beat Bama today. Yeah, nobody that's ever beat Bama would beat them tomorrow. Yeah, you idiots say the same fucking things over and over and over again. You said the same thing last year. You lost to Tennessee and LSU. They were clearly better than you. And then the minute the game was over, you kept saying, well, if we played them again, you don't play them again. This ain't baseball, man. This ain't 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 game series. You fucking lost at home to Texas. Deal with it. The game wasn't even close. You lost by double digits at home. Cry. Bama has gotten better as the year has gone along, and every other team in the country has gotten worse. It's just the same song and dance with Alabama fans every fucking year. Every year it's the same thing with Alabama fans. Lou, do you think Utah can beat Washington? Well, they got to keep it a low-scoring game. The more points that get scored, the less likely it is Utah can keep up because they just struggle offensively. I know Washington doesn't have the best defense on the planet, but like right now it's 14-10 in the second quarter. You know they need to limit scoring. The lower the score is, that favors Utah. The higher up they get points-wise, I think that favors Washington. Texas has gotten worse over the year. You can't be serious. Yeah, Texas has gotten worse. Bama's gotten better. Last year, you got better after you lost to Tennessee, and Tennessee got worse until you played LSU, and they beat you, and then you changed it to, well, LSU had their best game. We had an off day. Now we're better. And then it was, well, we'd be favored over these random teams somewhere. Even though we lost to the 2 best teams we played, we promise we're better than that now. What else? Your best win last year was against what? A 4-loss Mississippi State team, and you lost to the other 2 good teams you played, and we don't understand why you're not in the playoffs. Just like right now, you can't understand why you're behind Texas. It's because they fucking beat you in your own backyard, and it wasn't particularly close. They beat you by double digits. Instead of crying about it, start winning your games. Probably be a good idea. What is happening to Oklahoma State? Yeah, that's a great question. It's 24-0 now, so I might want to hang that shit up. My dumbass bet on Oklahoma State -2. They're down 24-0. Oklahoma State, Florida State, and what was the other one? There's one more. Oh, Tennessee. They're losing too. Banjo says the only good team is the one that just beat your team. Anything else is your team is overrated or the other team wasn't any good. That's right. That's college football comment section 101 right there. You forgot UJ has been Bama's son for years after only 2 seasons. I haven't forgotten anything. The problem for Alabama is that what happened a year ago, 2 years ago, 10 years ago, or 15 years ago doesn't matter. If it did, you'd have beat Alabama this year. Because you beat Alabama last year. But turns out what happened in the past doesn't matter. Only matters how good or bad you are now. That's all that matters. I guess you forgot Texas is like 5-1 against you all time or something like that. So I guess that means you should just forfeit every game you play with Texas. Since they fucking own you. Damn, Lou is salty that Georgia finna get smacked in the SEC championship by Bama. And it will end the run of Georgia's blip of a dynasty that he will have to savor for another 35 years. Blip of a dynasty. Well, during that dynasty, they won more consecutive games than Nick Saban's ever won. They've spent more weeks ranked number 1 in the AP poll in a row than Nick Saban ever has. They've beat Nick Saban. They've won 26 in a row. They haven't lost a home game since 2019, and they've won 43 of their last 40 games, 43 of their last 44 games, including 2 national titles. And in one of those seasons, they went 15-0, something Nick Saban in Alabama has never accomplished. But that's a heck of a blip. A heck of a blip. These sad trolls are, well, we could have beat Bama twice, but they weren't good enough to make the playoffs or the SEC championship game last year. You know, that's like me saying, ha ha ha, Alabama didn't beat Georgia in whatever, some random year they won a national title. 20 what? 20, when'd you win a natty? 2014? Whatever. Ha. You didn't beat Georgia in 2014. Ha. Bama fans aren't dealing with change very gracefully. No, they don't know how to act. They don't know how to act. When was the only time unranked Miami defeated top 10 Florida State? That I don't know. Probably a while ago, though. That was the trivia question on the TV broadcast of the Miami-Florida State game. I don't know. Probably a while ago, though. Maybe if Alabama wouldn't screw themselves. Yeah, that's right. No one's ever beat Alabama. Alabama's just beat themselves. That's it. Yeah, that's right. Nobody's ever beat Bama. They just beat themselves. Jesus Christ. This shit's hilarious. 1st and 10 for Miami. Picks up 6 or 7 yards. That's about it. If Alabama didn't screw themselves. Yeah. Alabama's the only team that's ever beat Alabama. Did you know that?
Sounds about right.
Alabama's winless against Alabama, and Alabama's also undefeated against everyone else. Anytime Alabama loses, they beat themselves. Washington has scored again. They retake the lead 17-14 over Utah. Missouri's still up 10-7 over Tennessee, and 10-0 Florida State up over Miami. Miami has the ball 2nd and 4, and they're close to a first down. Missouri backed up inside their own 10-yard line, 2nd and 7 from the 7. Brady Cook's in a shotgun. It looks like Tennessee's going to bring some pressure, so Cook slows it down. Now they're changing the plays around. And now he's ready. Snap. Handoff. Trying to get to the outside, nowhere to go. He's going to be dropped for a loss of a yard. 3rd and about 8 coming up for Mizzou. Miami with a 1st and 10. 7.5 minutes to go until halftime. They trail 10-0. And they're on their own 28-yard line. Snap. A handoff. Nowhere to go. Might have gained a yard or 2, but that's it for Miami. 2nd and long coming up now. On behalf of regional Alabama fans, I'm sorry. My fellow Bama fans don't know how to act after beating a team Alabama is supposed to beat. Thank you for the super chat, Home Slice. Brady Cook picks up the first down for Missouri with his legs. Gets Missouri out of a hole. They were backed up inside their own 10-yard line. 2nd and 8 for Miami. Pass complete. On 2nd and 8, gains about 4. 3rd and 4 coming up. 1st and 10 for Missouri, now out to the 17-yard line. They're up 10-7 over Tennessee. 7:20 to go. Handoff, big hole right up the gut. Picks up about 7 yards. 2nd and 3 coming up for Missouri. Around their own 25-yard line. 3rd and 4, big 3rd down for Miami here. Coming up on 6 minutes to go in the second quarter. They're down 10-0. 3rd and 4 on their own 34-yard line. 4 wide receivers this time. Restrepo's in a slot. Snap, back to throw. Quarterback wants to run, puts his head down and picks up the first down. Wow. Bowled over a couple of Florida State defenders and gets the first down. Gutsy play by that Miami quarterback that time. Williams, is that his name? Yeah, puts his head down and says, come on then. Ran the Florida State man over. Get in the weight room, son. Florida State needs to get in the weight room there. Got run over by a backup quarterback. What are you doing? What are you doing, White Tonto? Anyone know why Williams is playing? I guess Van Dyke is hurt. I don't know. I didn't even know Van Dyke wasn't playing until like the end of the first quarter before I even realized he wasn't the quarterback. Somebody in the chat had to tell me. I didn't even realize he wasn't playing. Big play for Miami though. On the ground this time. That number 2, man. It's a couple of good runs he's had. He picks up about 30 yards there. All the way down to the Florida State 34. 1st and 10 Miami. Good looking drive here. Started way back on their own end. They need some points here. Coming up on the end of the first half. 4.5 minutes to go. Shotgun. Snap. Play action pass. Good protection. Going deep. Into the end zone. Wow. No flag. It looked like the DB, the defensive back, wanted a offensive pass interference play call, but referee says no. Go back to the huddle. Try again next time. Nah. Yeah, a lot of contact, a lot of hand fighting down the field by both people. Holding by the Florida State man, you can clearly see that. I mean, that's a good no call. Both players were being physical with each other. You could have called it on either player. I like that they didn't call it at all. 2nd and 10 now. Florida State brings a blitz. Miami with a run, and they break it loose. 25, 20, 15, 10. Out of bounds at the 5-yard line. That should be a penalty on Florida State, but are they going to call it? Threw the Miami player down real late after he'd been out of bounds. Utah has just scored to retake the lead. Back and forth game here, Washington and Utah. 1st and goal, Miami at the 5. A handoff. Nowhere to go. Might have fell forward for a yard. 2nd and goal coming up for the Canes. No one with a run-first offense will beat Texas. Texas has one of the toughest front 7 in the country. No one has run on Texas, says Tyler Archer. Yeah, Texas is pretty good all the way around. Good quarterback, good wide receivers. I like that Jonathan Brooks, that running back. And yeah, they have played good defense for the most part. For the most part this year. Missouri is punting the ball away on 4th and 7. They still have a 3-point lead. 4 minutes to go until halftime. 2nd and goal. Miami hands it off up the middle and just nowhere to go. I mean, just ran into a brick wall for no gain. 3rd and goal coming up from Miami. Track meet game between Washington and Utah, which is weird. Well, Washington's defense, man, has been extremely disappointing this season. And continues to be the case today. Because Utah, as good as they are not good offensively. I mean, they win a lot of games like 14 to, was it UCLA they beat 14 to 7? I mean, they've struggled offensively all year with the weird quarterback situation and all that. And they're going up and down the field on Washington. Into the end zone, touchdown Miami. Perfectly thrown fade into the back of the end zone. And Miami gets on the board. We have a 3-point game. Miami 7. White Tanto 10.
Damn it.
Oh, that's all right. You're still early.
Are you ready?
Huh?
Are you ready? Cornbread's ready.
I'll probably wait till halftime.
Okay.
Yeah. Dinner's ready, but I'm going to wait till halftime and eat. So Utah now up 21 to 17. Back and forth game going on, Utah and Washington. And Miami finally gets on the board with a touchdown here late in the first half. 3-point game. Florida State 10, Miami 7. 2:42 to go in the second quarter. Missouri's punt's going to be downed inside the 10-yard line at the 9-yard line. So Tennessee takes over 1st and 10 on their own 9. Tennessee trails 10 to 7 with 4 minutes to go until halftime. What are we eating? Chili and cornbread. Chili and cornbread today. I've been waiting forever for it to be cold enough to eat chili. You know, I live in Augusta, Georgia. It's not like it gets all that cold here, but The high today is like 54 degrees and rainy. So that's about the best chilly weather you're going to get down here. So we decided to make some chili today. Lou, did you know Bama's uniforms snap in the front? Sponsored by Skims. Thank you, Dog Man from Pakistan. Bama's uniforms snap in the front, huh? Bama fans angry in the chat today. They're still mad that they can't beat Texas. That's what it is. They're just a little bit perturbed. All right. Here comes some score updates for you. 31 apiece, Arizona and Colorado. So, looks like another heartbreaking loss for Colorado on deck in that one. James Madison up big over UConn. NC State 24, Wake Forest 0. They're in the fourth quarter. Kansas State 35, Baylor 13. So, the misery continues for Baylor.
Poor Baylor, man.
Yeah. Florida State 10, Miami 7. Utah 21, Washington 17, Missouri 10, Tennessee 7, Central Florida all over Oklahoma State 24-0. Oklahoma State was a 2-point favorite in that one, and I'm so dumb I bet on Oklahoma State. Rutgers and Iowa almost halftime, 3-0. Oh, damn. Boy, I tell you about this Rutgers Iowa. Almost halftime, and it's 3-0. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Auburn up big over Arkansas, 21-3. 13 minutes to go in the second quarter. Auburn will become bowl eligible with a win today. If there's any Florida fans watching, bowl eligible is when you get to 6 wins. So, I know you don't know what that is. So, yeah. Miami's kickoff results in a touchback. Florida State 1st and 10 on their own 25. You see the Oklahoma State score? Yeah, we just talked about that. Tyler Archer, thank you for the super chat. He says, what's going to be funny is to see Bama win out and still not make the playoffs. That would be hilarious if that happened. It's a possibility. I mean, if Texas wins out, they're getting in, and Bama's not getting ahead of them. So if Florida State, let's say Florida State wins out, Michigan wins out, and Texas wins out. And Oregon or Washington, whoever. Yeah. Alabama will be on the outside looking in. That must be why the Alabama fans are talking shit about Oregon. I get it now. That's why the Alabama fan was in here earlier trying to pretend that Oregon's not any good. What he means is he wishes Oregon wasn't any good and would lose a game because the Alabama man has to root for... Just think about all the teams Alabama got to root for. They got to root for Miami in this game. They got to root for Utah in the Utah-Washington game. They got to root for Southern Cal tonight against Oregon. Who else do they have to root for? They got to root against everybody that plays Michigan and Ohio State. But why? Because they need help. They don't control their own destiny. They need help to get into the playoffs. It's a sad situation for Alabama, but that's the situation nonetheless that they find themselves in. They need help to get in. Jordan Travis, safety. Wow. Terrible, terrible, terrible play by Jordan Travis here. Just, what's that expression where they say you're doing too much? Is that what it is?
Doing too much.
The literal definition of doing too much here. What? Oh, what a horse shit call. They're saying he's down on the 1 yard line. That's bullshit. That was a safety. That's clearly a safety. He's in the fucking end zone. What are these referees doing? That's a fucking safety. That's not even that close. Boy, that's a safety. Second and 6 for Tennessee on the Missouri 33. Overthrow Joe, pass complete. Fumble! Missouri jumps on it. Tennessee turns the ball over. Missouri recovers on their own 18-yard line. Wow. Tennessee shooting themselves in the foot in that. That's what bad teams do. That's what bad teams do. Clearly a fumble. No matter how many times they show the replay, it's a fumble every fucking time. Missouri ball, 1st and 10 on their own 18 with a 3-point lead and 20 seconds to go. That hurts too because Tennessee was getting ready to at least tie the game up with a field goal going into halftime. I mean, hell, they had the ball in the red zone. Would have at least tied it up with a field goal, possibly taking the lead. Why do they keep showing this over and over again? It's obviously a fumble. I don't know why they feel the need to show these plays 10 and 15 times in slow motion when it's not even close. I find it amazing how Michigan can play the victim and hold up free gym signs and have their interim coach cry in front of a microphone. Yeah. Michigan's in permanent victimhood mode. They're Missouri on the ground. Huge run by Schrader, whichever it is. That's that guy. Look, that guy tore Georgia up last week, too, so I ain't really talking no shit on that. He ran all over Georgia last week, this guy. Well, I say all over Georgia. He had over 100 yards. Anywhere close to 100 yards rushing against Georgia is good, and he went over 100. He just had another big run here against Tennessee. Schrader, I think, is how it's pronounced. 13 seconds to go. Tennessee's got the ball on the Missouri's got the ball. Pass complete inside the 40. 7 seconds to go. Why don't they call a timeout? Okay, now they call a timeout. There's 7 seconds to go. Missouri's got the ball around the Tennessee 40. I don't know if they're going to chunk it into the end zone here, or they got 2 timeouts. I don't know what they're going to do here, but probably another 10 yards probably, and they could kick well, Missouri's got that field goal kicker that can kick a 70-yarder. Remember, he kicked, what, a 65-yarder to win the game against Kansas State? So they're probably already in field goal range for their kicker around the Tennessee 40. That would be, what, 57-yarder from where they're at right now? Wow. They ruled that not a safety. That is the worst call. I know I say it every week. These referees are fucking garbage. That was a safety, or there is no such thing as a safety. What a terrible fucking call in this Florida State game. 2nd and 34, run up the middle. Barely got to the line of scrimmage. What a terrible call. That should have been 2 points for Miami, and Miami getting the ball back with 1.5 minutes to go. What a terrible, terrible fucking call by the referees. Jesus Christ. Hail to the victims. Yeah. Yeah, that's Michigan's slogan, right? Hail to the victors. They have to change it. Hail to the victims. That's a good one, Sean. What a terrible fucking call on that safety. All right, Missouri with a field goal attempt here with 4 seconds to go. They've got a 3-point lead. 46-yard field goal attempt from Missouri at the end of the first half. Snap, hold, kick is up. Looks good. Is good. 6-point lead. Fourth and 34, and Florida State's going to have to punt it away, but Miami has been robbed out of 2 points here. There's just no way around it. If I live to be 100 years old, nobody's ever going to convince me that wasn't a safety. It was obviously a safety. FSU probably doesn't beat UGA. No, there's no way Florida State would beat UGA. Florida State's the worst undefeated team. Maybe Washington, but that's it. Florida State and Washington are the 2 worst undefeated teams. They need to start finding these refs every time they miss a call. I bet they get their shit. Well, what's bad about this one is the refs on the field got it wrong, and the replay booth then got it wrong. Punt return from Miami. Out of bounds at the Florida State 32 or 33 yard line. So they're going to have great field position. Miami is 1:24 to go. Halftime of Missouri, Tennessee. Missouri's up 13-7. Utah now trails, but here we go. Never mind. Washington's up 24-21. Utah just hit a bomb down to about the 10-yard line, though, so Utah's going to have first and goal just inside the 10. Boy, absolute track me. This looks... Utah versus Washington right now looks like Southern Cal versus LSU. First and 10 for Miami on the Florida State 31-yard line. They are down 3. Are there any Florida State fans in here that want to talk to me about their 5 wide receivers that didn't play last week against Pitt? Because if there are, I would love to hear about it. Washington and FSU going down today, says George Scott. Could happen. It could happen. We talked about that this morning on the kickoff show at 9 o'clock this morning, that I had a weird feeling today, including for Georgia. I'm worried about the Georgia game, too. I had a feeling several top 10 teams were going to lose today. So I'm worried about Georgia, too. How is Utah doing so well without an offense? Yeah, I can't figure it out. They haven't been able to score on anybody. And they put up 21 points, now 28 points. They just scored. So they've now put up 28 points in the first half against Washington. On the road at Washington. First and 10 for Miami. 1:20 to go. Intercepted. They tried to throw a wide receiver screen. It got tipped up in the air and Florida State intercepts it. The referees have absolutely fucked Miami here. No, they say incomplete. They say he didn't catch it. They called it incomplete. Now they're going to stop it and try to fuck Miami again. We would beat FSU by 14 plus easily. Future ACC champ, says Chapel Thrill Tar Heels. Well, but you're not making the ACC title game because you lost too many games. It's going to be Louisville versus Florida State. You sound like Alabama talking about you can beat every team you don't play. Meanwhile, you're stacking up losses to the teams you actually do play. You couldn't beat the nerds. Exactly. Can't mess with Miami, Lou. There's an account called the Referees. The refs say you can't mess with Miami, Lou. What? Not messing with Miami. The referees are messing with Miami. You're messing with Miami. Washington with a pretty good kick return here. Crossed the 30 to the 37-yard line. So they're going to have good field position with 48 seconds to go. They're down 4, though. What y'all talking about when y'all most likely couldn't even beat Texas? Play stands. So they didn't fuck Miami that time. But they fucked them on that safety. No doubt about it. They fucked them right in the ass on that safety call. 2nd and 10 now for Miami. 1:20 to go until halftime. Florida State 10, Miami 7. When this game goes to halftime, I'm going to take about a 10-minute break. I won't end the stream. There's just a picture I'll put. I just put this picture up. I'm just going to put this picture up on the screen for a few minutes. Huge run by Miami. Huge run by Miami down into the red zone. So yeah, when the Miami Florida State game goes to halftime, I'm going to take about a 10-minute break to eat dinner. So I'll just leave this picture up on the screen, but I'll be back on before the start of the third quarter. First and 10 for Miami. They're down 3. 55 seconds to go until halftime. They've got 2 timeouts, Miami does, so plenty of time. First and 10 from the 13 of Florida State. Shotgun, they hand it off. Nowhere to go, barely gets back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd down coming up. Looks like now they're going to take a timeout. So with 37 seconds to go, Miami takes its 2nd timeout. They're down 3 with 37 seconds to go, but they've got the ball inside the Florida State 15 in there. I hope Tennessee beats Georgia today. Go Big Orange. Yep, we know how big of a college football fan you are. I'll bet you $1 billion Tennessee doesn't beat Georgia today. What a fucking idiot. What an absolute idiot. Quit spending your lunch money in here, man. Quit spending your lunch money in here. You bet Tennessee beats Georgia today? Jesus Christ. Tennessee doesn't even play Georgia today, man. Come on. Quit spending your lunch money in here.
Oh my God.
Quit spending your lunch money in here. 5-star dummy. Second and 10, Miami pass complete down inside the 5 to the 4. Just short of a first down, though. 3rd and 1. 30 seconds and the clock is running. 3rd and 1. Shotgun snap. Whoa, tackled, hit immediately in the backfield. Loss of 5. What a disastrous play for Miami on 3rd and 1. Just a disastrous play. So they're going to let the clock tick down, then take a timeout with 3 seconds to go. And they will attempt a field goal here that'll tie the game up. But, man, you get down here, you got to think touchdown in these games. You get down here, you got to be thinking touchdown. But Florida State blew this play up in the backfield. They lost 4 or 5 yards. So Miami will get a chance at a short field goal here to tie things up heading into the half. Tennessee losing to Mizzou, and UGA has the Voltards' mind so shook they don't even know who they play today. This is how much room we take up in the Voltard man's mind. Should be 10-9, Florida State now, but Miami should take the lead. Yeah, you're right. It should be 10-9 right now. Miami got absolutely fucked out of that safety call. Referees at it again. The referees are just horrible across the board in college football. Every game, every conference. Field goal up, field goal good. So we got a tie game at halftime. All right, I'm going to take about a 10-minute break, eat myself a bowl of chili. I will be back before the third quarter starts. I'm not ending the stream. We'll just put this picture up so you don't have to watch me. You don't have to watch me eat chili. All right, I'll see y'all back in about 10 minutes. I just saw the saddest thing I've ever seen. Now, I don't know if I just uploaded a halftime video and I said Florida State's one of the worst 9-0 teams I've ever seen, and they are. This is the most desperate thing I've ever seen. Florida State is a 15-point favorite in this game. They come out and kick a fucking onside kick to start the second half, and of course they don't get it. Of course they don't get it. That is an underdog move. That is an underdog move. What is Florida State doing? Golly. I guarantee whoever makes the playoffs, they want to play Florida State in the first round. Florida State is a disaster. Look at this big run on first down, dragging half of Florida State. Get in the weight room. Dragged half the defense. What? Eat your chili. Leave me be. You eat your chili and leave me alone. He dragged half the defense down the field.
He did.
Get in the weight room, man. What is Florida State doing coming out with the coaching blunders and terrible referees are the story of this college football season. And laughing at Colorado. Oh, by the way, Colorado suffered another heartbreaking loss today. A field goal at the end of the game by Arizona. Beat them. They lost 34-31. Yay. What a giant joke. What a giant joke they are. What am I doing? So I want to see the final score, dummy. Hold on, I'm looking for something. Don't worry about what I'm doing. I'm looking for something. Where is it? There it is. Lou, you can't make fun of Colorado. Don't be a racist bigot. Fuck Colorado. They're not any good. In fact, they're terrible. Would you be surprised if I told you Missouri scored again? No, of course you wouldn't. Tennessee's a disaster. Wait till next week when Georgia bends them over and raw dogs them for 3.5 hours. 3:30 on CBS. Connor Stallions is in the chat. Says Georgia is terrible. Well, you paid somebody to come scout Georgia and then Georgia beat the fuck out of you. So... you cheated against Georgia and still fucking lost. Deadbeat motherfucker. First and 10, Tennessee. Missouri has already scored in the second half, so they're now up 19-7 over Tennessee. Back to throw. Pass complete. Picks up about 8 yards. 2nd and 2 coming up for Tennessee. That's pretty bad, Lou. What's pretty bad? Connor says smile for the camera. Oh, yeah, Connor. Sideline recording shit. Tennessee getting this wake-up call as if losing to Florida wasn't enough. Yeah, they're just not a very good team, are they? Horrible call by Florida State. Go Canes, says number one fan of the U. Miami should be up by 2 points anyways. I couldn't agree more. That's one of the worst refereeing blunders I've seen this year. That was 100% a safety. I don't know what the hell those referees were looking at. I don't know what the replay people were looking at. That was just a blown fucking call that went against Miami. That was horrible. Just horrible. Hey, Unc, this just in while you was on break. Tennessee just beat Georgia and Bowers scored for both teams. Please tell Auntie B.A. to check on Marie. Who's Marie?
In the comments section.
Oh, Marie in the comments? Yeah. Tennessee's not beating Georgia. I don't know what all that's about. Yeah, might well hang that up. I might well hang that up. Bama's just sitting back watching the carnage. Yeah, Bama needs help. Bama needs a lot of teams to lose so they can try to backdoor into the playoffs. I sending Tennessee, Georgia signs burn. Bum. Well, make your bed and do your homework first. Waiting to watch yet another A&M QB come in tonight. 18-point line is insane, says the Maple Mango. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think they should be favored by that much over anybody. Overthrow Joe nearly threw an interception. Instead, pass falls incomplete, 4th and 8, and the Tennessee Hilljacks will have to punt it away. How was the chili? It was good. It was good. A little spicier than I thought it would be, but it was good. What happened to the Tennessee fans? They're curled up in a corner in a fetal position somewhere. All right, Miami with the ball on the Florida State 30, 3rd and 13, following a botched onside kick by Florida State to open up the second half. Tried to set up a wide receiver screen. It's not going to work. They're going to lose another 4 or 5 yards. Not a good possession at all by Miami offensively. Brent DeCant, thank you for the super chat, sir. He says, let's get a 5-star dummy for the Michigan fans out there making any excuse they can for the cheating. Yeah, they ought to just admit the cheating and be done with it. 5-star dummy. Field goal attempt by Miami is good, and Miami takes the lead. They are now up 13-10 over Florida State with 12:11 to go in the third quarter. Second half underway, Utah and Washington. Washington's got the ball on their own 42-yard line, 1st and 10. They're down 28-24. Utah's on top. Penix is going to hand this one off. Tries to bounce to the outside, doesn't get anywhere. 2nd and 10 coming up now for Washington. They're down 28-24, 14 minutes to go in third. Second half just underway. Miami will kick off after that field goal. They're now up by 3. Commercial on the Tennessee-Missouri game. How many points will Brock Bowers score tonight? All of them. That's all Georgia has. So however many points Georgia scores, however many points Georgia has at the end of the game, it's all Brock Bowers. Extra points, field goals, defensive touchdowns, special teams touchdowns, offensive touchdowns, rushing, passing, doesn't matter. It's all Brock Bowers. That's all Georgia has. And without Brock Bowers, they wouldn't win a game, according to my comment section. Single player from UCF has 2 interceptions and 1 fumble recovery. Well, that's just about automatic defensive player of the week there, ain't it? They're all over Oklahoma State. That's embarrassing. Oklahoma State's finally kicked a field goal to cut the lead down to 27. Central Florida 30, Oklahoma State 3. And if you want to troll me, I actually bet money on Oklahoma State today at -2.5. So I'm obviously an idiot who's never seen a football game. Michael Penix fumbles on a sack, but Washington recovers it. But it's going to be a big loss on the play for Washington, and now 4th down coming up for them. Missouri's got the ball back. They're up 12, 19-7. Tennessee just not able to get anything going offensively against Mizzou, which is alarming. Thank you, Senior. That makes me laugh every time. Thank you, sir. That makes me laugh every time. You want to hear? You wanted to hear? How about another one? 5-star dummy. 5-star dummy. Yeah, Goose Malzoon is putting a whooping on Oklahoma State. Goose Malzoon is bending Gundy over his knee and spanking his little bottom blue. He sure is. Big play for Missouri into Tennessee territory, out of bounds at the Hilljack 45-yard line. 2nd and 2 for Florida State. They're on their own 33 now. Travis, play action pass, throws complete to a wide open wide receiver. This could be huge. 30, 25, 20, 10. Caught from behind and tackled at the 5. Huge play for Florida State all the way down to the 5-yard line. Ball came out at the end, but I'm pretty sure he was down. It's going to be 1st and goal. White Tonto at the 5-yard line. Another one of those slant routes, and the receiver caught it and was off to the races. Got caught from behind at the 5-yard line. 1st and goal, Florida State. They're down 3. Tennessee hit with a 15-yard unsportsmanlike conduct penalty. So not only is Tennessee terrible, they're terrible and they're mad about it. Jordan Travis with what looked like some kind of weird shovel pass or something. What is this? Not sure what that was. Well, what it was a terrible idea. But Florida State jumped on it. 2nd and goal. 2nd and goal for the Noles. They're down 3, 13-10. 10:44 to go in the 3rd quarter. Motion, snap. Travis throws, complete out in the flat. Inside the 5, hit and stood up at the 3-yard line. Big hit on Keon Coleman. A big hit, and the Miami defender is still down. That was a big collision around the 3 or 4-yard line. It's going to be 3rd and goal, but a Miami player is down right now, so they're out checking on him. 3rd and 10 for Mizzou on the Tennessee 30. Brady Cook in a shotgun, 4 wide receivers for Mizzou, 3 at the bottom, 1 up top. Moving the running back around. Now he's ready. Snap, back to throw. Cook looks downfield, steps up in the pocket, throws underneath to the running back. Schrader makes the first man miss, gets around the corner. 1st down and then some inside the 10 and pushed out of bounds at the 8. Tennessee's getting humiliated. This is in danger of turning out into a blowout for Tennessee here. Tennessee's in danger of getting blown out here. Because Tennessee's the type of team that'll just give up. If they fall behind 3 or 4 scores, Tennessee is 100% the type of team that'll just give up. 1st and goal for Mizzou now on the Tennessee 7. They're going to hand it off this time. Gets to the 5-yard line. Pick up of 2 yards on the play. 2nd and goal from the 5 now for Mizzou. Yep, dribbling down their leg. Dribbling down their leg. Cody Schrader is killing Tennessee. He had a good game against Georgia last week. I don't know what his numbers are right now against Tennessee, but I know he was over 100 yards last week against Georgia. I figured he'd get some yards here, but I thought Tennessee... Honestly, what surprised me most about this game is that Tennessee can't run the ball. That's what's surprising me most. No gain on 2nd and goal for Missouri. It's going to be 3rd and goal now from the 5. Stop it. 250. No, now I got to look it up. Schrader's got... There's no way. There's no way. I got to look it up now. That's embarrassing. That's true. Let's look. He's got 139. Well, he's got 139 rushing and 116 receiving. So you're right. He's got almost 250 yards total. Wow. Wow. Tennessee's back, though. Ask any of their fans in August. They'll tell you every August. They're back. Wow. The Hill Jacks are in desperation mode. Full-blown shambles right now. They have just crumbled. They're down real bad, and they're like Humpty Dumpty. I don't think they can be put back together again.
Nope.
What a shame that is.
What a shame.
It is a shame, honestly. Tennessee can still make the playoffs, says Nart. That's spoken like a true Alabama fan right there. Alabama fans and LSU fans, no matter how many games they lose and how bad they are, they always sit around going, well, we could still make the playoffs if this and that and this and this and that. Yeah, it's hilarious. 3rd and goal for Florida State now from the 2-yard line. Pistol formation. Snap. Travis keeps. Nowhere to go. He's going to lose 2 or 3 yards. Good defense by Miami that time. They ran a zone read. Jordan Travis decided to keep it, but there was nowhere to go and he lost yardage. They're going to have to kick a field goal here on 4th down. Iowa helmet would never be up. Couldn't be happier, says Ricky Bobby. Yeah, I think it stays. They got to score 28 offensive points for Iowa. Clemson won today, but they had a turnover, so the Clemson helmet stays upside down. Colorado lost, so of course they stay upside down. BYU, did they win? BYU stays upside down until they win a Big 12 game. Michigan stays upside down because they cheat. I mean,
you're not wrong.
I mean, they cheat. Ranked 20th in total talent, LOL, and people thought they were serious national championship contenders. Who? Florida State? Whoever plays FSU in playoffs, if FSU doesn't lose today, is lucky as hell. Yeah, Florida State and Washington. If you get in the playoffs, that's who you want to play. Florida State or Washington, because it's a guaranteed win. The only way Florida State or Washington is winning a playoff game is if they get matched up against each other. That's it. They're going to lose to anybody else they play. Florida State kicks off after tying it up with the field goal, 13 apiece. Miami returns this one, 10-15. Upended at about the 18, did a flip. Big hit on the kickoff there. 1st and 10, Miami, all tied up 13 apiece. Brady Cook runs down to the 5-yard line, but that's it from Mizzou. And now they're going to attempt another field goal here. They're up 19-7. This would make it 22-7. Kick is up. Kick is good. Missouri 22. Tennessee 7 with 2.5 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. 1st and 10, Miami on their own 19. Play action pass. Quarterback keeps. Barely gets back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. 2nd and 10. If McCord has another intentional grounding penalty tonight, turn our helmet over, says Father Shuey. Does he have a lot of those? I haven't noticed. I mean, I watch a lot of Ohio State, but obviously I don't watch every play. Has he had a lot of those this season or something? Intentional groundings? FSU fans have been talking smack here all season. All I hear now is crickets. Yeah, they're all gone. They were in here in the first. Florida State scored, went up 7-0. There was a bunch of them in here. I don't know where they went. I've got a bunch of Twitter receipts, though, if something happens and they don't win this game. I can tell you that. If Ohio State has more than 1 3-and-out in the first half, flip it over. You know what? Yeah, I got to give it to Ohio State fans. They've been very hard on their own team this year, and that's hard for fans to do. I'm that way. I'm very hard on Georgia. But you don't see that a lot on the internet where fans are willing to criticize their own team, even when their own team is really good. And the trash talking aside, I mean, these teams in the top 10 are all pretty good. I mean, some are better, different levels of good, but it is good to see other fan bases willing to criticize their own team, or at least maybe not even criticize, but just, point out shortcomings, things you'd like to see your team do better and improve in. Jim Harbaugh has more suspension in bowl games, says By Insanity. Yeah, Jim Harbaugh's been suspended for half of the regular season. The first 3 games and the last 3 games. That's 6 out of the 12 games he's been suspended for. And none of them were by the NCAA. The NCAA hadn't suspended him at all yet. He was suspended 3 games at the beginning of the season by Michigan. It was a self-imposed. Florida State fumbled the punt. I think Florida State recovered, but Florida State fumbled that punt. I think Florida State got it back. But Michigan self-imposed a 3-game suspension on Harbaugh in the beginning of the year, not the NCAA. And now at the end of the year, he's been suspended by the Big Ten. So, Overthrow Joe completes a pass near the sideline, good for a first down. Flag down, though. He might have been past the line of scrimmage. Overthrow Joe might have been past the line of scrimmage for Tennessee when he made that throw. It was close. I don't know what else the flag would be. Let's see. They were on the 25-yard line. Yeah, he's over. He's across. Yeah, that's a penalty on Overthrow Joe. He was across the line of scrimmage before he threw the pass. I'm in the process of copywriting the phrase Cade Club Pick 6 for my t-shirts. Still love my team. Yeah, y'all turn the ball over like it's a hobby or something. You know? Some people like play golf. Some people like tinker on their car in the weekends. Cade Klubnik throws interceptions. That's his hobby. Yeah, that's what he does for fun, you know. Chance, thank you for the super chat. How much erosion is on the rock from Clemson rubbing it? Most likely not enough. Rub some damn transfer portal players into Clemson locker room, Dabo. Yeah, we'll see what he does this offseason with the portal. We'll see if he sticks with his principles or if he finally gives in and does what's right for the team and the program and actually goes and gets some players from the portal, because Clemson needs a lot of help if they want to get anywhere close. Plus, let's not forget who Clemson plays in week 1 next year. Clemson better raid the fucking portal. That's all I got to say. Clemson better get every fucking thing they can out of the portal, because you know who they play week 1 next year. If they trot this year's team out there next year without going to get help from the portal, they might as well not even trot a team out there. They'll get absolutely embarrassed. Michigan defense looks sus? What? Penn State couldn't get a first down. What? Stop it. I don't have that Clemson song pulled up on here, or I would play it. I don't have it pulled up. It's been a long time since I played that. The Tater Man song. I don't even have it pulled up to play. Utah 28, Washington 27, 1-point game there. UCF now up 38-3 over Oklahoma. Goose Malzoon is putting it on Gundy there. Are the referees going to blow this call with Overthrow Joe? Yep, they sure did. They said that wasn't a penalty. He was clearly across the line of scrimmage. These referees are horrific. Absolutely horrific. Overthrow Joe's going to keep this one. Puts his shoulder down, falls forward for 7 yards. 2nd and 3 coming up for the Hill Jacks. Oregon is going to beat Washington in the rematch. Yes, I could not agree more. I could not agree more. Was Tennessee favored? Yes, by 2 or 2.5. It wasn't much, but yeah, they were favored. There's a nice throw by Overthrow Joe to Keaton across midfield. Good for a first down. 1st and 10, Tennessee, down at the 40. Another throw. Nope. Flags down. It's going to be a false start on Tennessee. Back them up 5 yards. 1 step forward, 2 steps backwards for the Hill Jack. 1st and 10, Florida State keeps it on the ground, picks up a couple of yards out to the 27, all tied up 13 apiece. 6:50 to go in the 3rd quarter of that one. Jim Harbaugh has more suspensions than bowl. Yeah, okay, we read that. I think I'm caught up there. Yes, I'm all caught up. 2nd and 9 coming up now for Florida State. On their own, 36-yard line? Pistol formation this time. Jordan Travis. Shotgun. Snap. Back to throw. Pass complete. On a little out route. Breaks a tackle. And gets loose up the sideline. Into Miami territory down to the 40. Missed tackle by number 6 there right on the sideline leads to an extra 15 yards for Florida State. 1st and 10, White Tonto at the Miami 37-yard line, 38-yard line. Travis back to throw. Under pressure but gets rid of it. Incomplete. Good coverage downfield. 2nd and 10 coming up now for Florida State. Tennessee's got the ball down inside the 10, but there is a flag down, and Missouri's got a player down as well. Be some kind of an arm or a hand injury, kind of holding his arm like doing one of these type deals. 2nd and 10 now for Florida State. On the Miami 38. Travis in a shotgun. Snap. Hands it off. Has a hole. 1st down and then some. 25, 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown. Untouched into the end zone. About a, 38, 40-yard touchdown, whatever it was. 38-yard touchdown, untouched, into the end zone. And Florida State takes the lead, 19-13. 5:48 to go in the third. Extra point will make it 20, a one-touchdown game. 3rd and 11 for the Hilljacks. Pass complete, no, incomplete. Literally hit off the running back's hands. That was a 3rd and 11 play. And the Hilljacks are going to have to kick it away. They were down inside the Missouri 10, but a penalty brought it all the way back to around midfield and made it 3rd and 11. They threw an incomplete pass. Now they got to kick it away. Hilljacks in shambles on the road at Mizzou. They trail 22-7. The extra point was good. Florida State 20, Miami 13 is your score. Utah still up 1 point over Washington, 28-7, halfway through the third quarter. Tennessee is nervous about the ass whipping they're going to get next week. Yeah. Tennessee punts it away on 4th and 11. And it's a great punt. It's going to be down at the half-yard line. So Missouri's going to be backed up inside their own 1-yard line. Great punt, great coverage on the punt. And Tennessee downs it literally at the 6-inch line. Auburn's up 34-3. Yeah, they're blowing Arkansas out. Now that one I got right. I've got some wrong today. What have I gotten right today? I got the Michigan game right. I've got the Auburn game right. I took Florida State to cover. We'll see what happens there. I had Tennessee, so I'm wrong there. What else have I gotten right or wrong today? Florida State fans back in the comment section now. I don't know. Where y'all been the last hour? We missed y'all over the last hour. I don't know what happened to y'all, where y'all went, but I'm glad to have y'all back, though. Hope you're doing all right. Hope you're doing all right. How bad is Florida? They're horrific, man. Horrific. 2nd and 10, Missouri in their own end zone. And boy, they barely got it out to the 1-yard line. It's going to be 3rd and 10 for Missouri inside their own 1-yard line. I don't know if they're going to let Cook throw the ball from back here or what they're going to do. It's going to be hard to even punt the ball from where they're at now. They need some breathing room here. 2nd and 10 coming up for Miami with 5:43 to go in the game. Florida State's up 20-13. Commercial break in the Tennessee-Missouri game on a 3rd down coming up for Mizzou. 2nd and 10 for Miami. Williams in a shotgun. Back to throw. Florida State sends a blitz. Miami picks it up, but the pass falls incomplete. Miami did a good job picking up the blitz, but couldn't get a receiver open. Pass falls incomplete. 3rd and 10 now coming up for Miami. Feels like Florida State's getting a lot of momentum right now. They go down with a touchdown drive, and now looks like might be holding Miami to a 3 and out and getting the ball right back. Not good for the Miami man. Not good for the Miami man. 3rd and 10. The last thing you want to do is go 3 and out and give them the ball right back here. Blitz again from Florida State. Throws. Nearly intercepted. Oh, flag comes in. I think they're going to get Florida State for pass interference. Defensive holding. 10-yard penalty and a 1st down. So Miami catches a break here. Florida's defensive back gets called for the holding penalty. Yeah, that is a good call. I mean, he gave the guy a hug. Gave the guy a hug. Officials got something right there. 1st and 10, Miami. Please, sweet baby Sankey Jesus, give us Texas versus Florida game 1 next year, says Texas Rocks. Florida's going to be even worse next year than they are this year in terms of their record. They're going to be so bad next year. 1st and 10 for Miami to keep it on the ground. Nowhere to go. Gets back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Florida State's defense seems to be playing much better right now than they were earlier in the game. Miami having a hard time moving the ball at all. What would the Central Florida versus Oklahoma score be? What do you mean, if Central Florida played Oklahoma? They already played. Oklahoma barely beat them. If you're talking about Oklahoma State versus Central Florida, they're playing right now, and the score is on the screen. It's 38-3. Second and 9. Miami on the ground again, but only a couple of yards. 3rd and long coming up for the Canes. How did Florida lose to Arkansas at home? Well, Florida's not any good. That's how. I mean, they're terrible. They're terrible. No way Goose Malzoon got 38 on him. Yeah, and it ain't even over yet. I mean, we got... Where's that at? I mean, it's still the 3rd quarter. Shit. He might put up a 50-burger. Goose Malzoon might put up a 50-burger. 3rd and 8 for Miami. On their own 37. Back to throw. Blitz again. Boy, that was a dangerous throw there. Falls incomplete, but wow, what is he doing? Threw a moon ball way up in the air. Literally somebody could have jumped out of the bleachers and ran out and caught that one. Lucky that wasn't intercepted. Miami's going to have to kick it away on 4th and 8. They're down a touchdown with 4 minutes to go in the 3rd. Tennessee's still down 22-7. They're just horrific. They can't get anything going. Brady Cook on 3rd and long from inside his own 1-yard line. Takes off running and gains almost 20 yards and picks up a 1st down. And once again, the Hill Jack defense can't get off the field on a 3rd and long. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Utah still up 28-27 over Washington. Hey, Voltards, how is it going to feel losing in Columbia 2 years in a row? Yeah, last year they lost in the other Columbia, South Carolina. That is bad. Tennessee fans are down real bad. 2nd and 8 from Mizzou on their own 27. Cook's in a pistol this time. 1st and 10 for Florida State. Jordan Travis rolls out, pass complete. Picks up 4, 5, 6 yards down the sideline. Missouri also picks up a 1st down on 2nd and 8. Schrader again. off right tackle, gets loose, and keeps this drive alive for Mizzou. They're up 22-7, 13 minutes to go in the game. 2nd and 3 now for Florida State on their own 27. Snap. Travis back to throw. Complete. First down and then some. Across the 35 to the 40. I guess he stepped out of bounds around the 37 or 38. But another first down for Florida State. They're on a roll. They're on a roll. 2nd and 11 now for Missouri. But shit, does it matter? Every time I look, it's fucking 1st and 10. Then like 2nd and 8, then 3rd and 11, and then they get the first down every damn time because Tennessee's hilljack defense doesn't exist. It's horrific for the 2nd year in a row. Yeah, Arizona came back. Another heartbreaking loss for Colorado. Arizona with a last-minute field goal there to win that one. Field goal in the 4th quarter to win it. 2nd and 11, huh? What?
Poor Colorado.
Poor Colorado, yeah. You'd feel bad for them if it weren't for the fact that you don't. Now, there's a good play by somebody on Tennessee's defense. Missouri's receiver had a step on that guy, and he jumped up and reached in and made a play. This number 1 is burnt right here. He makes up some ground and reaches in and makes a play at the end and prevents a big play there for Missouri. That was a good play there. 3rd and long coming up now for Mizzou. 2nd and 12 for White Tonto, Florida State. They are in Miami territory. They're on the Miami 43-yard line. 2nd and 12 for Florida State. Washington is about to... no. They almost... It was a 2-point conversion attempt. They missed it. Florida State on 2nd and 12 goes deep but drops the pass. Incomplete. 3rd and 12 coming up for Florida State. Washington scored to make it 33-28. They went for 2, which would have made it a 7-point game. 2-point conversion, no good. So Washington now up by 5 over Utah, 33-28. Shootout there. 3rd and 12 coming up for Florida State. Missouri's 3rd down play, incomplete. They're going to have to punt on 4th and 11. So the Tennessee Hilljacks are going to get the ball back with 12 minutes to go in the 4th quarter. And they are down 15. 3rd and 12 for Florida State. Jordan Travis back to throw. Under pressure, he's going to get sacked all the way back at his own 42-yard line. Held the ball way too long. One too many pump fakes. Jordan Travis been playing a long time. He's played a lot of football. He should know to get rid of that. He can't take that. It's a bad sack there. That's a bad sack to take there. Florida State's going to have to punt it away now. Utah returns to kickoff out to the 20, and that's it. 1st and 10, Utah on the 20. 4th and 25, and Florida State's going to kick it away. Here's the kick. This is going to hit and go out of bounds at about the 5-yard line, so Miami's going to be backed up again. 2nd possession in a row, Miami's going to start inside their own 5-yard line. Yeah, it was a great kick, Austin. Dogs to Atlanta if Vols lose. What going on with Oak State? Yeah, they forgot to show up today, and that running back's not playing either. What's his name? Ollie Allen or whatever his name is, that running back for Oklahoma State that's been so good over the last month or whatever. For whatever reason, he didn't play today, hurt, whatever, and they just never got off the bus. They're getting blown out by Goose Malzoon. Iowa is halfway to their goal of 24 points per game. What an offensive showcase. Yeah, they're a disaster. They're an absolute disaster. They're up 12-0. The game's almost over. Miami keeps it on the ground on 1st and 10 and gains a half a yard maybe. 2nd and 10 now for Miami. Under a minute to go in the 3rd quarter, and Miami's down a touchdown. Florida State 20, Miami 13. Utah quarterback running for his life throws it out of bounds, and there's a flag down in the area of holding, so that's likely going to back Utah up. They're down by 5 with 3 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. Washington trying to hang on and remain undefeated, as is White Tonto, who is currently up 20-13 over Miami. Miami's got the ball 2nd and 10 with 20 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter. Miami's in a shotgun. Quarterback Williams standing on his own goal line, hands it off again, and actually gains 5-6 yards that time. That's the best offensive play Miami's had in what seems like a long time. But still brings up a 3rd and about 4 now for Miami. Dog Man from Pakistan, thank you for the super chat, buddy. He says Bauer's warming up with the team. Yeah, I don't know if he's going to play. I hope he does. I don't think he will. I like that he's dressed out, though, because, tonight's senior night, and I'm hoping that we'll at least announce him, let him come out with the seniors, I know he's not a senior, but this is his last year. You don't have to be a senior to get honored on senior night. If you're a junior and you're going pro, you can do it too. But I would like to see them let Brock dress out and have his name called and walk out and get an ovation, even if he doesn't get to play. And fingers crossed that he does get to play. I don't know. I mean, I hope I'm wrong and he does play. But in any case, it is great news that he's dressed out. The Hilljacks are done, says Travis Richards. Yeah, they've been done for 25 years. Tennessee's like a pile of shit that's done turned white and stopped stinking. That's how they've been bad that long. Walking into parks, that old ashy looking pile of shit from 25 years ago, that's Tennessee. If you even look at it, it just dissolves into dust. That's what Tennessee is. That old white, gray pile of crusty shit that's done turned white and stopped stinking. Yeah, 1998 will live forever. I don't see 1998 going away anytime soon. 2nd and 6 for the Hilljacks. Overthrow Joe stands in the pocket, delivers complete for 7 yards and a 1st down. Keeps the drive alive for the Hilljacks. 11 minutes to go in that game. They're down 15. Washington's still up 5, 33-28. Under 2 minutes to go now in the 3rd quarter of that one. The Dingaling Car Wash School is dominating Wisconsin. Yeah, that's embarrassing. Poor Wisconsin, man. They can't catch a break. They can't catch a break. How did every single one of the 85 scholarship players at Oklahoma State forget how to play football? Yeah, that's humiliating. The losing to the Fighting Goose Malzoons 38-3. Overthrow Joe in the pocket, but they blow the whistle, play dead. Now Overthrow Joe wants to run his mouth to one of the Missouri players. The Missouri man ought to just point at the scoreboard and tell him to shut the fuck up. That's what he ought to do. They're going to review that previous play to see if it was a fumble. It was called an incomplete pass. Overthrow Joe was throwing the ball. He got hit. You know how the quarterback will get hit as he's throwing, and the ball will pop out. They called it an incomplete pass. Now they're reviewing it to see if it was a fumble because Missouri actually jumped on the ball. So they're going to take another look at it and see. Slim Shady says, I thought Miami was garbage and FSU was a playoff team in that. I've been tricked, hoodwinked, bamboozled, tricked, and lied to. Well, it could be that I don't know. Florida State might not be a playoff team. I don't know. They are winning, though. They are winning. Thank you, Slim Shady, for the super chat. Yeah, they are winning, right? 20-13. Yeah. So, yep. Who's the worst overall coach? Goose Malzoon or the Lane Train? You know what? Right now, it's Lane Train. I mean, at least Goose Malzoon. What did Goose Malzoon do? Well, he played for a national title and lost. He won the SEC. Yeah. Goose Malzoon is proven to be a better coach than Lane Kiffin. Yeah. Much better. Utah man trying to score. Yeah, 1st and 10 for Utah on the Washington 14. They're down 5. Jet sweep. Has room inside the 10. Down to the 8. Flag down, though. Flag down in the Utah game. 3rd and 10 for Miami. Back to throw. Incomplete. Play was just a complete mess from the beginning. And Miami's going to be punting again from their own end zone. I'm holding Lane Kiffin's umbrella tonight, says James Harbaugh. Good old floppy cock. Yeah. First and 10 from Missouri now on their own 34. On the ground with Schrader. Drives forward for 6, 7, 8 yards before he's finally brought down. Second and short coming up from Mizzou. Punt takes a huge Miami roll down to around the 30, I think, before it was finally touched. Uh-oh! Pick 6. Wow. Utah down in the red zone, throws an interception. Washington returns it all the way to the house for a touchdown and a pick 6.
Wow.
Maybe. Did he fumble the ball short of the goal line? He sure did.
Oh, damn.
Wow. You know the thing you see all the time where the guy is running to the end zone, but he lets go of the ball before he crosses the goal line? This guy dropped the ball on about the 2-yard line for Washington. Unbelievable. And 3 Washington players ran right by the ball and didn't jump on it. Jump on it, Utah? Yeah, number 52 sees it. Number 52 comes and jumps on it. Wow. No, it's not a pick 6. It's going to be Utah's ball, first and 10 on the 1-yard line. He drops that ball at the 2. He didn't even get to the 1 yard. What a boneheaded play by this guy for Washington.
Why would he do that?
These players lose their mind. It happens way more than you would think.
Wow, that's crazy.
It happens way more than you would think. Now, it's usually close.
Yeah.
That wasn't close.
That's not close at
He
all.
dropped it at like the 2.5-yard line. Wow. Embarrassing for the Washington man. Y'all all know what I'm talking about, right? You've all seen the plays where, you know, they're nobody anywhere near them. They're just running into the end zone, and they just kind of flick the ball away. But they do it before they get into the end zone. That's what happened here to Washington. So instead of a pick 6, it's just an embarrassing play for the Washington man. Now, it takes Utah out of the red zone. Utah was in the red zone. Now they're all the way back on their own 1-yard line, but still, boneheaded play by the Washington man. Boneheaded play by the Washington man there. Now they're reviewing a play in the Miami game for targeting. Missouri, 2nd and 17, keeps the ball on the ground, not much, and there's a flag down, probably holding or something like that. Win or lose tonight, I'm proud of this Ole Miss team. Go Rebs, hashtag 1962, says Michael Spray. What is that, 1960? That was the last time they won the SEC or something? I'm not even being funny. I don't know what that means, 1962. With Ole Miss. And yeah, Washington comes out, or Utah comes out and promptly gets tackled in the end zone for a safety. This is a comedy of errors over here with Washington and Utah, I tell you.
Wow.
National champions in 1962, okay. Well, that's a lot more recent than Texas A&M, so at least you got that. Texas A&M, hashtag 1939. Missouri, Schrader, another big play. Boy, Tennessee just has no answer for this Schrader. They just hand it to him right up the middle. One little jump cut, and he was gone for 40 yards. He's going to have 400 total yards. He might already have it. Let's see. This Schrader guy is going to have over 400 yards for Missouri. He's making Tennessee look like a Pee-wee League team. He's going to have almost 500 yards.
Wow.
254, 354, plus 89. He's at 440 yards. No. Sorry. I'm looking at the wrong thing. Sorry. Scratch that. 189 plus 289. He's over 300. He's over 300 now. He's like 310. rushing and receiving. I was looking at Brady Cook's passing numbers and Schrader's numbers instead of looking at the rushing numbers and the receiving numbers. False alarm on the 500-yard deal. But yeah, he's got 189 yards rushing and 116 yards receiving. So just over 300 yards today for Cody Schrader of Missouri against the Hilljack defense. So Washington's now up a full touchdown after that safety. 35-28. Washington is on top. They've got the ball back after the safety, and they're looking at a 2nd and 10 with a 7-point lead in the fourth quarter. They took away the targeting. So, no targeting on Miami. 3rd and 6. Travis back to throw. Over the middle. Incomplete. Miami defense. The Miami defense shows up, and Florida State's going to have to kick it away. They're still up a touchdown, though, with 13:45 to go. Punt's going to go out of bounds around the 15-yard line. 16. So 1st and 10, Miami on their own 16. Yeah, Central Florida scored again, 45-3 now. Lou, can you still cover your FSU bet? It's 14.5, so they need to score 2 more times. So probably not. Do you? Louisville beats FSU in the ACC championship? Probably. I mean, I don't know. I'll make a pick when it comes around, but I think Louisville's got a chance. For sure. There's nothing unbeatable about Florida State. At all. Back to throw. Incomplete and almost intercepted in the backfield. 2nd and 10 coming up now for Miami. Goose Malzoon looking like a great coach today. Yeah, they're putting a whooping on Oklahoma State. An absolute beating. An absolute beating. Second and 10 for Miami. They're going to hand it off this time. Nowhere to go. Well, Florida State's defense is playing a lot better in the second half than what they played in the first half. A lot better. Offensively, they're not doing a whole lot, but their defense is playing better in the second half. Miami's just not doing anything at all. Offensively in the second half. And now they're looking at a 3rd and long here. 3rd and 9 with 13 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. Baltard's done. Yeah, they're getting humiliated. They're getting humiliated. They're just not very good. I mean, that's just reality. Missouri's going to beat them worse than Bama did. But, of course, the SEC East is better than the SEC West, so that's not really a surprise. 2nd and 6, Missouri on the ground's only going to pick up about a yard that time. 3rd and 5 coming up for Mizzou. Hey, General Lou, so much for that great 1998 defense. Florida State struggling with a duck with no QB and also need dogs to win to hit for 5K. You just need them to win, or you need them to cover the 10 or 10.5 or whatever. Shit, I hope you hit it, man.
Yeah.
Shit, 5K? Wow. Good luck, man. I hope you hit it. Damn, I hope you hit it. That would be a good one. Miami gets the punt away on 4th and 9. Fielded at the 35 by Florida State. I think that's Keon Coleman. Across the 40, 45, 50, 45, 40, 30, 20, all the way down to the 10-yard line on the punt return. Keon Coleman sets Florida State up with a 1st and goal here. You need him to score, don't you?
I need him to score. Come on.
She bet Florida State minus 14.5. You need them to score 2 more times, though.
2 more times. Let's go. Let's go.
If they can score quick here, you get plenty of time for them to score again.
Oh, man.
Damn, Missouri just scored again. Luther Burden, I believe. I caught the tail end of the play. I think it was Luther Burden, though. Yeah, Luther Burden, touchdown Mizzou, and the extra point is good. And Tennessee is officially getting blown out at the Rock Pile, otherwise known as Missouri's home stadium, the Rock Pile. They're getting blown out now. Wow, they're getting blown out.
Poor Tennessee. Bless their hearts.
Jordan Travis stays on. Oh my God.
Oh.
How did Jordan Travis stay on his feet on that play? Wow. Let's make some Tennessee tweets. Hey, Mom. Tennessee's football team is almost as bad as their fans. That's saying something. That's saying something.
You're right.
Let's do a poll. Lou, I think Washington can beat UGA. What? Man, stop it. Washington's not that good, man. Come on. Georgia would beat the soul out of Washington. I think Louisville would beat Notre Dame. That's what I think. I think Louisville would beat Notre Dame. Y'all are welcome. Vols suck, says Mo Football. Yeah, good job, Mo Football. Appreciate you. Appreciate you, buddy. Good job today, man. Good job. Picking between Tennessee and its fans is like picking between shit and its stink. Tuning in late, how about the UCF score? Yeah, we've been talking about that a lot. Goose Malzoon is beating the absolute soul out of Gundy over there at Oklahoma State. It's embarrassing. And I'm so smart, I bet on Oklahoma State. That's how smart I am. Tons of time left in the Utah game. Yeah, 12 minutes to go. Now, this stream is going to be ending at about 6:50, in about 20 minutes. because I'm live streaming starting at 7 o'clock on Patreon for all the primetime games. So this stream will be ending at about 6:50. And I'll be moving the stream over to Patreon. For those of you who are members over on the Patreon, you already know the deal, but a link will be posted on the Patreon page at about 6:55. You just click the link on the Patreon page and it'll take you to the live stream. If you're not on the Patreon page and you want to be, or you want to go over there and have a look around, the link is in the description of the video, and I'll post it in the chat there too. This is going to be a penalty on Miami in the end zone. Pass interference trying to cover Keon Coleman. They got Miami for pass interference in the end zone. So another first down coming up here for Florida State. What did Missouri just do? Did Missouri just score a pick six or something? They sure did. What was that? What was that, a pick six? What was that from Missouri? What was that for Missouri? Was that a pick six or a scoop and score? Whoa, pick six? Wow, overthrow Joe at it again, huh? Wow. Wow, Tennessee is horrific. Tennessee is horrific, ain't they? Make sure you throw that Tennessee helmet in the trash can with the Florida helmet tomorrow, Lou. I'm embarrassed. That's from a Tennessee fan. Craziest part is Milton is actually playing decent as he immediately throws a pick six. Touchdown, Keon Coleman. They pass interference him again, but he caught it anyway. Florida State is about to be up by 2 scores. We just need one more score. We need Florida State to score one more time. She bet on Florida State minus 14.5. They're about to be up 14, so she needs them to score one more time. Thank you for the super chat, Truckin'. He says need them to just win. Called the Texas Tech upset. Colorado covered. Cheaters beat Penn State. Shower boys. Missouri is beating the soul out of the 1998's. Dog win is all. Man, that would be a great parlay there. Man, I hope you hit it. God, I hope you hit. That would be a good one. Anthony says, first the rigged wheel breaks my heart this morning, then Tennessee breaks it again before UJ even takes the field. Yeah, it is kind of anticlimactic, you know. I picked Tennessee to win. I was kind of hoping Tennessee would win. That would mean Georgia would have to win tonight to win the East, and then it would make next week's game, I think, even more exciting. But this is going to take a little something off of next week's game. But look, Georgia could still lose too. I told you, I just felt like today was going to be weird, and really we haven't seen any major upsets yet. So I could have set myself, it could be Georgia that goes down. Because I said, we're going to get some losses in the top 10 today. I said, like, it could be Michigan. That didn't happen. I said, could be Florida State. That's going to happen. I guess, technically, it could still be Washington. Although they're up a touchdown. Ohio State's not going to lose to Michigan State. We can scratch that. I don't think Texas is going to lose to, TCU? And that's it. Oregon. Oh, well, Oregon plays Southern Cal. I guess that's possible, but I talked all that shit about upsets this week. It could be Georgia ends up being the one that goes down. I mean, I hope not. But golly.
Don't say that.
I mean, they can't win every game. They've won 26 in a row.
You're right.
Eventually they're going to lose one. It won't be today though, because my man's Truckin' needs it to hit his big parlay.
That's right. That's right.
So we can't let Truckin' down. Georgia's got to win today. We get win number 27 in a row, and Truckin' can cash his $5,000 parlay. UJ gonna get Josh Heupel fired next week. LOL, says Bobby Means. Make it happen, says I believe the general already burned himself on the Tennessee field. Banjo, I'm sorry I missed your super chat from a few minutes ago. But it says, Tennessee was a bit hasty getting rid of their sideline trash can. They should have kept it around. It fit their program really well. That was probably the most fitting sideline gimmick of all time, is when Tennessee had that plastic trash can. 1st and 10 for Miami on their 25. Handoff right up the gut, nowhere to go. That play was working in the first half It's obviously not working in the second half. I've seen Miami run that same play probably 10 times in the second half. They've gained less than 10 yards total. It might be time to try a different version of that running play. Just an idea that Miami might want to consider. Bobby, you sound insane. They're not firing Fat Boy. Yeah, he's just kidding. They're not. He knows that. But yeah, they're not firing Josh Heupel. They just gave him an extension for no reason. Overthrow Joe tries to run the ball on 2nd and 15, gains about a yard or two. That's it. 3rd and a mile coming up for the Hill Jacks. Miami pass incomplete on 2nd and 10. It's going to bring up 3rd and 10. We need a 3 and out here.
Okay.
Let Florida State get the ball back while they got all this momentum and just go right down the field and score.
Yes.
You can cash out and you're good to go. Cha-ching. Cha-ching. 3rd and 13 for the Hill Jacks. Overthrow Joe. Overthrows the wide receiver who was wide open on a crossing route. And it's now 4th and 13. And Deshauney's big boy on the sideline does not look happy. Josh Heupel. He's wearing that gum out, though. Wearing that gum out. Miami back to throw on 3rd and 10. Hits the referee in the head.
Oh, my God.
Literally hit the umpire in the... somewhere. It hit the umpire. I don't know if it hit him in the head, but it hit him somewhere. Yeah.
You should have caught that ump. That was
Incomplete
right
pass. 4th and 10. Miami's going to have to kick it away. Punt it away.
All right, let's go. Let's go.
Here's the kick. Not a good kick at all. Goes out of bounds at the 30. Tennessee isn't bad. The SEC is just better. What, better than Tennessee? Saban seen at Atlanta airport entering limo with stallions, cameras, disguise, and Ole Miss jerseys. B. Puck, thank you for the super chat. He says, great live stream on YouTube tonight, Lou. If you're in this chat right now and not subscribed to the Patreon page, what are you even doing? Go Dogs. Thank you, B. Puck. Yeah, we'll be over on the Patreon page in about 20 minutes. About 20 minutes. The primetime stream tonight is on Patreon. The link is in the description of the video for anybody that wants to check it out. Next week's Georgia-Tennessee game will be on YouTube, so I think that's a 3:30 game. So yeah, next week's Georgia-Tennessee game, that will be the YouTube stream, and the Patreon stream will either be noon or prime time. We haven't decided yet, but I will be doing the Georgia-Tennessee game on YouTube next week. Georgia broke Kentucky and Alabama just added salt to the wound, says Robert. UJ Tennessee game on the Ocho. I think it's a CBS game, actually. I think it's a 3:30 game on CBS, I think. 3rd and 9 for Missouri on their own 25. They're going to hand the ball off. Trying to kill clock now. Under 4 minutes to go. They're just trying to get out of there now. It's 36-7. They're just humiliating the Hill Jacks at this point. 8.5 minutes to go. Washington's still up 35-28. So a lot of scoring in that game, but it seems like the last 10 minutes or so there's been no scoring in that Washington-Utah game. So things have slowed down a little bit in the Washington-Utah game. Nephew Jimmy, thank you for the super chat, buddy. He says Norvell is the most suspect coach in the top 25. I like Dylan Bell to explode tonight. Dylan Bell, huh? Okay. Well, we'll see. We're going to find out in about 15 minutes when that Georgia-Ole Miss game comes on. Miami got that revenge on the ref for that bad call, says Bam. I'm like, yeah, hit him right upside the head, didn't he? Hit him right upside the head. Well, I didn't really hit him in the head. I hit him, like, right here, but, yeah. Everybody will take the Iron Bowl for granted, but not me. That stadium was built on an Indian burial ground, says Hacker Music. Yeah, I don't think Alabama's going to have any problem with with Auburn. I don't think Bama's going to have any problem with Auburn. Lou mixed up a cocktail. It's about to go down, says Eddie. Oh. It might be coffee time now.
It might be.
Oh, you know what? I am going to do that.
Yeah.
I'm going to get hopped up.
Okay.
I'm going to get hopped up on coffee for the primetime stream. Oh, God.
Y'all in for a treat.
This is going to get interesting. I'm going to get hopped up on about 4 or 5 cups of coffee here for this primetime stream. Yeah, it's about 7. Yeah, well, 6:40. So we got about 10 more minutes till I got to shut this stream down. Jordan Travis going deep. Keon Coleman was open, but he was overthrown by a couple of yards. Boy.
This is so stressful.
We need even a field goal is all we need.
I know.
We need Florida State to at least hit a field goal here. Clemson getting their shit together finally. By beating Georgia Tech? Well, they did beat Notre Dame last week, too. They look good today. I'm not going to shit on Clemson. Terrible year for Clemson, but yeah, they've looked good the last 2 weeks. That is true. I'm not going to shit on them. They beat Notre Dame. That was unexpected. Might not be unexpected that they beat Georgia Tech, but they put a real whooping on them. 3rd and 10 for Florida State. Come on, Knowles. We need points. Here we go. Pick up the first down at least. God dang it, Beavis. What are you doing? Florida State's going to have to punt it away. Goose Malzoon almost beats Oklahoma, then destroys the Pokes. He's auditioning for jobs. SEC return or Big Ten job. Just weird when Oklahoma in team name. I don't know if he'll be coming back to the SEC anytime soon. I think he had his fill of that. Georgia's the one that struggled with Auburn. Yes, and Alabama struggled worse with Arkansas. And Auburn beat the fucking life out of Arkansas today by 40 points. You beat Arkansas by 3 points at home. You beat Arkansas. Bama beat Arkansas at home 24-21. Auburn beat Arkansas on the road by 40. So I don't know what point you're trying to prove, but whatever it is, it's pretty fucking stupid. Super Denny Gumper says, remember everyone, it's not Tennessee's fault, it's the refs' fault. Yeah, I don't know what they're going to blame this on. Refs, weather, road game. Oh, they didn't wear a gimmick uniform. That's what it is.
There we go.
They should have wore a gimmick uniform. If Tennessee would have wore a gimmick uniform, they would have won.
There we go.
Yeah, I'm fixing to get hopped up for the Patreon stream. I'm gonna start drinking coffee as soon as we start the Patreon stream. You ain't gonna be able to tell me nothing. You ain't gonna be able to tell me shit. 1st and 10 for Miami on their own 20. They're down 14 though, and here's a false start for the Canes. It's gonna back them up. This just in, Lane Kiffin will be looking to leave Ole Miss after Ole Miss loses to Georgia. Well, he can come to Georgia as an offensive analyst. Well, I'd love to have him as an offensive analyst. Damn, Auburn beat Arky by 40. Now I'm even more worried about the Iron Bowl. I don't know if it was by 40. You know how I exaggerate shit. I'll tell you what the actual score was. It wasn't close, though. Unless Arkansas really came back in the end. 48-10, so they beat them by 38. So I actually wasn't that far off. Yeah, Auburn beat Arkansas at Arkansas by 38. Alabama beat Arkansas at home by 3. Look at this shit. God damn it. That's it for us. It's over. Miracle touchdown by Miami. And all of a sudden, we've got a game here.
Oh, goddamn.
It looked like Florida State was about to run away with it, and Miami has just hit. This reminds me of the prayer at Jordan-Hare. I don't understand how this guy caught this ball. Look at this. I don't know what the defensive back was doing. Just turn around. What? Miracle touchdown pass and catch for Miami there. And now we got a game. Voltars be like, Mizzou was a trap game. Oh, yeah, that's probably what they got caught looking ahead. Yeah, you could be onto something there, Sean. That does sound like an excuse they would use. Anthony Rodney, what's up, buddy? He says, Lou, I want you honest thoughts. If Lane Kiffin or Dan Mullen were to come to Georgia as co-offensive coordinator, which one would you want and why? I'd rather have Lane Kiffin. I feel like he's a little bit more innovative, a little bit more creative. I do think Dan Mullen's a good offensive coach, though. And I just don't know if an ex-Florida head coach is ever going to come run the offense at Georgia. I know Muschamp is there now running the defense, but he has a personal relationship and connection with Kirby Smart from college. Don't have that with Dan Mullen. What the link for the game? What game? What game? Tennessee isn't a bad team. What? I beg to differ. I beg to differ. Bowers is starting. You got to remember, I hope y'all are right, but you got to remember it's senior night, and this is Brock Bowers' last home game in Sanford Stadium. So it could be an honorary thing. I hope he's playing. I hope he's starting. We'll see. We'll see. Yeah, they could have announced it in Stanford so he can get an ovation. But I mean, I hope y'all are right, and he's playing and he starts and all that. But since it's the last home game in Athens, there was a lot of talk about letting him suit up and run out on the field in pregame and stuff like that to get his name announced and stuff like that. So we'll see. I mean, being announced as a starter doesn't necessarily mean he's starting. I hope he is. We'll see. Missouri just made the Orange Bowl. Probably. You're probably right, actually. They got Florida and... Who's left for Missouri? Florida and Vandy? Which two games does Missouri have left? I know they play Florida. Well, how bad are they going to beat Florida? Oh, Arkansas? Okay, Florida and Arkansas. All right. That's right. They already played Vandy a while ago. Bowers is kicking off for Georgia. It's amazing. Is he long snapper too? I heard Brock Bowers is snapping on punts and punting on punts. That's how fast he is. Yeah. He's literally snapping the ball to himself and punting the ball. That's what I heard about Brock Bowers. Arkansas is poverty. Auburn looks much improved since sticking with Thorne and not rotating QBs. Rivaldo, Fairweather, and Jarquez Hunter are weapons, says Cameron Holloway. Well, I hope y'all make it an interesting Iron Bowl. I mean, as a college football fan, that's one of the best games to watch every single year when it's good. So, I mean, just as a college football fan, I hope it's a good game. But right now, I would probably pick Bama to roll in that one. These are excuse options for 1998's. A mystery overthrow, Joe injury, Josh Heupel didn't eat enough, Twinkies, Peyton Manning didn't give the team a speech. Oh yeah, last excuse for the 1998's. My grandma didn't change her fire alarm and my sister still thinks it's a motion detector. Yeah, I'm glad you, we're about to end the stream and I'm glad you gave us the motion detector and the fire alarm update, weekly update on that. That's my favorite segment of these live streams every Saturday. Yeah. If FSU loses to Florida, do they miss the playoffs? Well, it would depend what happened in all the other conferences. But it's possible. Florida State 4 wide to the top of the screen now. 8:22 to go in the fourth quarter. They're up 7. Benson on the ground, gets loose. Across the 40. Tackled at the 42. First down, Florida State. Tennessee, for fun, just missed a field goal on 4th and goal. Tennessee's losing 36-7, and they're out here kicking field goals with 30 seconds to go. Of course, it was no good. Why would you do that, man? Kick a fucking... You're down 36-7 with 30 seconds to go, and you're attempting field goals and missing them. That's just absolute fucking poverty. Absolute poverty. 2nd and 9 for Florida State. Missouri blows out Tennessee. All they got to do is come out and take a couple of knees, and it's going to be game over. 36-7. Jordan Travis throws, pass complete, and good for a first down. And Tennessee is mad and trying to fight Missouri now because they're getting their fucking ass reamed. The coaches are out on the field separating the two teams. Tennessee's mad because they're getting embarrassed. The players are going absolutely ham. And that's ball game. Missouri 36, Tennessee 7. All right, I've got to end this stream. I'm live streaming all the primetime games starting at 7 o'clock tonight on my Patreon page. There's a link in the description of this video if you want to check it out. I'm going to watch the end of the Florida State-Miami game and the beginning of the Georgia-Ole Miss game over on Patreon, and then all of tonight's primetime games that start at 7, 7:30, 8, that whole deal. Appreciate y'all hanging out with me for the afternoon stream today. I'll be back next Saturday to do it again. But until then, though, have a good morning.